Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Maids of Roswald. I'm your host, Wuten, playing as Maiden Heaven, and below me you'll see an empty spot. Ebony is busy this weekend, unfortunately will not be able to make it, but below the empty space we have Guti Serenade playing as Florentina.
Yellow.
We have Chaotic playing as Leona.
Hello.
And we have Kai playing as Rena. And I believe
Kai is remaining quiet.
Yeah.
Because they're in a room full of sleepy peepees.
Yeah, sleepy beans. And then over on the right-hand side, of course, our benevolent DM of the evening, Solar, and...
Hello!
And their assistant, the Duke, played by Cygnus.
Good evening.
Alright, Solar, the floor is yours.
Well, welcome back, Maids. I hope you have had a good long time to think about all the information that you were given last session.
What is this, timeout?
Perhaps. Think of it more as an extended intermission.
Indeed.
See, last time you began the Night of Nights, your political dinner with Duke Albric Corothis of Ebby Magic Province. You welcomed him into your home, served him dinner, and carefully watched as Elia led the conversation, helping and guiding her when she required it. You prepared well for this night, serving the Duke's favorite foods, offered him the finest wines. You looked after his son as he played chess with Theo. You presented yourselves as best you could. But you weren't the only one who came to this dinner prepared. The Duke came bearing information for you to mull over. He told you of the Northern War, of its importance, of the savagery of the Northern peoples. He proved the insidiousness of Placiafrum's so-called allies in the trade world by showing you a letter written in Giant, which was meant as a response to a certain ruler in Narator. I wonder who that could be. He showed you the power and economic potential that lays dormant within the north, showing you a shard of metal known as Jotun steel, an ancient alloy that possesses latent magical energies that, if in the right hand, could cut the cost of magical item creation by a significant percentage. Such a powerful commodity could revolutionize the magic item industry and bring Placiafrum into a golden age of economic power. Finally, in spite of your best efforts, he presented you with his own offer. He offered you all the resources of Ebby Magic and the Imperial Mages College to analyze and treat Elia's illness. All he would ask for in return is the formal renunciation of Elia, Averin, and Theo's right to the throne. And I suppose some would say that is a safer option for her than becoming queen. And this completely bamboozled Elia, so you had to take a quick moment to consider this in the parlor. And in that moment of hesitation, you encouraged her to make her own decision, to follow her heart over her head. In-game pee break, yes.
Yeah.
And so, this is where I'm going to say we rejoin the session, immediately where we left off.
Alright.
So, before we get back in, I know it has been a while. Does anyone have any questions?
Keep forgetting I have new glasses I need to start wearing.
Oop. Where is it? There we go. All right. Pardon me,
Wait,
that's what music.
With the way that you sit there and you put the overview, makes me reconsider a lot of things, but ain't much I can do about that at this point. So,
If you want to share your thoughts, go ahead.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I will put the floor to you guys now. You've just finished your conversation with Elia, and you're still in the room on the south side of the castle.
If he's wanting the formal renunciation, but was already going to offer all the power of the Mage College to try to help deal with Elia's condition, sitting there and bringing up the idea that, oh, we might have something, isn't going to change his mind.
Mm.
Especially because he's already going to be going to talk to people tomorrow or whatever, despite the fact that honestly really doesn't matter that much. He acts like it is, but it's not. If he's as big a name and everything as it seems, he commands when he talks to people, not the other way around, in my opinion. He's putting a time limit on things purposefully, in my opinion.
Definitely.
So, it almost seems as though he very much obviously does care for Elia, but at the same time does not want her on the throne. Two things can be true at once.
Yep.
Which then brings up the question, do you really want to play the hand that we might actually have an answer to solving the problem? That's where I'm sitting at right now.
Right.
Just because he's not an enemy, but that doesn't make him an ally either.
Mm.
I have a thought, but it's a little bit messed up, but such is the way of nobility.
Well, we're out of character right now, so, discuss whatever. But...
Well, like I said, such is the way of nobility, but, he has a son.
Yeah. I don't think that that's how we play, would be my guess, but I kind of understand what you're getting at.
Yeah, like, he could easily hold the reins of the throne, if we say something along the lines of, so how about, like, if offering her hand was proposed, then he suddenly doesn't need everybody else, you would think. That's part of the Liber Dominum, so...
Do we know if this...
Well, I was dancing in my head.
Just a quick question. Do we know if this child is his only son?
Roll me knowledge nobility.
I don't have that, but someone else probably does.
Someone else, roll knowledge nobility.
Very well. Oh my god, my eyes are so woozy. Okay, 23.
I have a 24.
So, I do believe, yes, this is his only son. The Corothis family does have, there are quite a few members to it, but he is the only head, and he has only one son. He's, at his age, it's not exactly expected for him to only have one son, but he's been spending most of his years in the north as of recent.
Yeah.
So he hasn't had time to
make a new heir.
Yeah. So to speak. Yes, this is his only son.
By that we mean he's in the laboratory making homunculi, obviously.
God. Did you see that Smiling Friends episode too?
Probably, I guess.
That's the one that just came out last week.
Sickness, you absolute mad lad.
God. Anyway. Well, this could be an angle, because it would guarantee his line on the throne if that's, his interest.
It's, again, I think the important thing to note is that this whole time, in a way, we've been unsure what to think of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not an enemy, is the big thing. He's another noble in place you're from whose ultimate interest is the nation itself. So, it's, and in a way, when you really think about it from his perspective, right, what he's offering is probably, honestly, the best thing you could hope for, is the entire power of the Mages College behind helping to deal with Elia's condition in exchange for keeping her and the rest of the Roswald family safe from external threats. Honestly, that's a damn good deal.
It is.
It's not what we want, because we seem to be bent on, we think Elia really... And at this point, even Leona actually just kind of believes that there's a path being laid for us to end with Elia at the throne. But...
And it's our duty to support her, so that's kind of why we have a mentality of... Our mentality is less apprehension and more of a, it must be this way.
I will also take this moment to remind you, one of the potential negatives which Elia did bring up last time, the reason why she is concerned about the idea of taking his offer is because when she does that, essentially the House of Roswald
has no power.
Has no power. It is under the power of the province of Ebby magic, and whatever's happening in the north, anything that anyone could do, whoever gets into the monarchy after the Roswalds, she has no power to stop it. She can no longer say that she has any control over the situation.
Unless they marry into the house matrilineally, then she has power.
Much like I suggested.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
There's a lot of possible future options, but I suppose we have to focus on what we have here and now. We've already talked to Elia, told her to follow her heart to find, what do you think your destiny is? Follow that.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But now I think the question is more so, do we reveal our hand as to... Because he's putting a time limit on us. Right? We can't be like, give us some time to think about it. And then we just secretly go off and see if maybe we can find the answer to his only real leverage as to why he's not putting his name for her through the throne, which is her affliction. That is the only thing that is, at least, it gives him a very, very, very convenient excuse. And it's not just an excuse, it's actually a very good reason, too. But... it's also a very easy reason for him to go to, rather than having to just admit that he doesn't want her on the throne. Assuming that is in fact even the case, we actually don't know whether he would care to have whether he would care if she was on the throne or not. I'm not sure on that part. It's one of the only bits I can't figure out personally. I don't know what he thinks, whether he thinks she would try to stop the war in the north. He definitely seems... I don't want to say hellbent, because that makes it sound like it's evil, not for him. Joran, absolutely. Him, not so much. Joran is just having fun killing people. But he has his interests, and his are not evil, and not in the sense that Joran, where he just wants to kill things, or at least what it sounds like.
Joran's there for the massacre. Corithus is there to pick up the scraps, as 'twere.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, actually. So... And of course, he sees that as the... we're cementing Placerfrum's, place and keeping it from, falling into ruin. So, again, that's why I say he's not an enemy, so we shouldn't necessarily treat him like that. And we're definitely orderly people. We're not the kind to backstab. So any thoughts on... It's still good to bring up all the ideas, so... But that's my current thoughts on it. I almost just feel like it's best just to let Elia lead it, but I'm almost... The big one now is the time limit that he has arbitrarily put upon us, so...
Well, you do still have her alone in this room with you. If you want to suggest any plays to her, she will take it into consideration.
Well, that's why I'm considering, because last time we had considered, why don't we bring up this, we might have something? Because he's also already got something, so why would he care about ours? He's like, well, just take my offer, right? Mine's a very safe option, rather than whatever strange thing you have found from some backwater shaman from some place, if you even brought that point up in the first place. So, he wouldn't trust that.
Mm.
If he even had word that it wasn't Heka specifically, it's like, oh no, we heard it through Heka, right? It's like, okay, but then from Heka, from who, right? Some northerner? Why would I trust what he has to say? It's not going to change anything, I wouldn't think. The only thing that I can think at this point is that she would just say, I'm still going to vie for the throne and I thank you for your time, but that's about all I can think. We're going to pursue other options, but I thank you for your generous offer, right? What do the rest of you think?
How do you...
But then we still need to get his signature, signature off the Liber Nominum.
The funny thing is that if we in fact were able to, if our path, if we're going to choose to believe I can't remember his name right now. The dear boy.
Enam.
Enam, thank you. If we're going to choose to believe him and we're going to, if we were to miraculously find something that indeed did cure Elia of her affliction, and we're then able to prove it in the court when that is his only objection, that could be a pretty impressive thing, to be fair, to the court and to him as well. So, and so at that point, the time limit doesn't matter. It's just, and then it's just the question of, do we want to pursue that? Which, in my mind, and Leona's mind, the answer is yes. This seems to be the path towards, because his path is safe, but ultimately veers Placer from away from its destiny, so to speak, which is for Elia, which at this point, she is determined that Elia is meant to be on the throne and has some... I don't know if I want to say all the thoughts that I'm having in my head. I wonder if I want Leona to explain it instead, but, that's up to you guys. So.
What do we think about mentioning the potential bargain for unification, as it were?
What was this? Maybe I'm...
Basically, I need to stop saying basically, seeing that we have Elia, he has a son, keep him close to the throne and near power with the notion of marriage. It's a bargaining chip, to be sure.
I'm sorry, Kai, I came over to read what you were saying there, because I'm up walking around, so. I don't know if he's I mean, it seems like he's already married, so I'm, that's not...
No, not him.
No, his son. The child.
Theo, yeah.
No, not
Marriage.
Theo. The other child. His child.
The Duke's son.
Yeah, the Duke's son marrying Elia.
I said the name wrong, right?
Yeah. No, you're good.
I don't see
it's
how
a thing nobles... Go ahead. He is too young.
I would say, I
too
think it's
young,
that it's...
but-
I really think it's that he's too young. That normally would be if someone was already a ruling family and they were taking someone under their wing for something like that, sure. But I don't see what advantage that gives him. He holds all the cards right now. There's nothing that isn't something that would give any kind of leverage, in my opinion. He really is the one that holds most of the cards right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because, honestly, I think that every single member of the family, regardless, would have had good reason not to be on the throne. Theo, for sure, because he's just too young. He just, some nations, sure, in the past, like, in real life, like, they would crown children, but, like, that's just because it's one of those, it's for show. It's like, this is way things are, and then everybody else
And then
just
they'd
kind of
have like a
rules around them.
regent. They'd have a regent to...
Until the person was old enough to
Yeah.
actually rule themselves.
Yeah.
So. And I mean, that's ultimately why Leona originally was choosing Averin, but events have unfolded thus.
But such is the way in nobility and power. It's fucked up to be sure, but
Yep. I don't see how offering a marriage in any sense does anything in the situation. The only thing I can think of at this point is that we just pursue our own goals and hope that he comes around to some form of reason after seeing what we do bearing fruit. That's about all I can think personally. And whatever Elia ends up coming up with if she has something else. But I also don't necessarily see the point in bringing up the one ace we might have, because he'll just dismiss it. He'll just say, follow my path. Mine is safe, it's guaranteed, it's this.
Right.
There's no need for you to go flying off on some fanciful, short, you don't even know exactly what or where you're going, right? So.
In the north.
Yes, of all places.
Yeah.
Which he would be like, I've been there, you shouldn't be going there at all, which
It is
would
no
be
place
confusing.
for royalty.
Which I don't think the plan was for us to take her anyways.
I know,
so.
but
no.
it would just be another barb for him to throw, I suppose.
Yep. In the end, he's not an enemy, but has good reasons both for her and for himself to keep her off the throne. I don't see any further discussion doing anything, personally.
Well,
the only thing I could think to do, we follow our path. We hope that what Enom has guided us towards bears fruit, that we find some method towards a cure for the affliction, and then there is no reason to not have her on the throne. Because honestly, that's probably everybody's biggest concern, is that she has such a problem with magic. But if that was to fall away and to be proven in spectacular fashion, everyone would be like, wow, like whatever kind of power she commands or the people she knows, they were able to solve some strange deep blood affliction. That's impressive, So.
Indeed. I'll also remind you of one idea you did have a couple sessions ago, which is thinking about it in the cruelest, most practical terms. Elia very much sees herself as being a sacrificial lamb in this situation. She will sit the throne for as long as she can, and if something does happen to her, well, you have Averin and Theo to take her place, plus hopefully a few years for them to grow up, get more experience, and become better rulers in their own right.
mm-hmm.
But she'll only be able to go on the throne if we can convince him in the first place.
Well, not necessarily. As I said, there is the backup plan, which the Regency Council has. But they're hoping...
talking to the leader of the Grey Maidens, and she had an idea, because I completely forget if that's the case.
She mentioned it to you, but I'll remind you.
Thank you.
This is the idea that if he proves to be too obstinate, if he really doesn't want to be brought round the nice way, they will try to bring him round the hard way, where they will basically threaten him by using what power they do have to dismiss all of his soldiers, send them home, and then he physically cannot continue his campaign in the north.
But
Which means we actually do have a leverage, so to speak, but it's not one that we were going to... I don't think it would be one we would want to use openly, honestly. So...
No. It is something to be aware of, though.
Okay, that's actually very, very helpful.
Yes, while his support would be extremely helpful in bringing round the rest of the aristocracy, the main concern here is that it would basically push the country over the edge if they just crowned Elia without any support. But...
Which actually, random question.
Go ahead.
Who is it that actually does the crowning? Is it the church? Or is it the aristocracy as a whole? Who actually has the power of crowning? I don't know if we've actually discussed that.
So...
Is it the high priest of the church that has the power to put the crown down?
So, the way I imagined it is technically it is the power of the high priest, but
most likely
it's not in.
But not
it is.
necessarily.
Yes, it's most likely the Von Dale family, but it's not necessarily completely his choice. Think of it as sort of like a Queen of England situation, where he enacts the ritual, but he doesn't necessarily have complete authority to say no, because at the end of the day, it is the decision of the monarchy, usually. But this is just a extraordinary circumstance.
Yeah, where all the aristocrats were like, we don't want to Roswald on the brother.
Me.
Yeah.
The
Bunch of
SpongeBob
babies.
chicken meme.
Roswald up in here thinking that he can just waltz in after slaying a dragon and think that makes him good enough to be king.
Yeah.
That is the thing. It's basically people, to put it in the simplest terms, chaotic. People are being shitters about it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh well, if he gets to be king, well, why can't everyone be king?
Yeah.
That's
you
the
go
thing.
slay the incarnation of evil, and then you can be king, okay?
Yeah, bunch of bitches.
Yeah. Anarcho-monarchyism. Everyone is their own king.
Oh my god.
Well, it's kind of hits feudalism on the head to some extent.
Hey,
A little bit.
There it is.
Everybody kind
there
of.
it is. That's my dude.
All the nobles kind of are their own kings a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is typically why one of the big jobs as a king is to go around your kingdom and knock down any fucking castles they're building. So if you do happen to do something they don't like, they don't have any power base.
Yep. And this would be us kicking down his proverbial castle if we
Indeed.
dismiss all his soldiers.
Indeed.
Yeah, which then brings. Are all of the soldiers from only his province, or is it people from all the provinces, sort of deal, right? Because if he still has his own personal contingent, you can't really. I'm actually kind of thinking vaguely of the elector counts and things like that. He still has his own province of people he could do, but it'd be substantially reduced in power.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my guess, is that he has soldiers that are levied from all the provinces. That means you could take those from the other provinces and dismiss them, not necessarily his own.
Yes.
But you need men.
Yeah, you couldn't dismiss his knights because his knights have sworn oaths to him.
Yeah.
But you could dismiss his levies,
Yes.
which is like 75% of the army.
Yep. Probably closer to 80 to 90%, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that's actually correct.
It almost seems as though the best option here would just be to thank him for his offer, his generous offer, but to rescind it, and that I will find my own path forward. Would be my best guess, and then we, as the maids, go off on our dungeon delving adventure to find the answer to her affliction, hopefully. That's my guess. I'm assuming it's a dungeon we'll find, who knows? It could not be.
Whatever it ends up being.
Exactly. And, since we have the guards here at the castle and all that kind of stuff, so, I mean, they can probably keep an eye on things while we're gone. I think that's the only bit I'm worried about, is just leaving the defense behind. That's about it.
That was the big concern Ebby had, which I was going to bring up to you since they're not here.
Yep.
Oh no, after the Duke left, this weird magical trinket was left in her room. Whoopsie doodle.
Well, if that's how you want to play it. Do you have any further insights?
I'm submitting my bargaining chip notions. I'm not sure what more I can postulate.
Okay. So, to summarize, you're going to turn down the Duke's offer. You're not going to reveal that you have any information about a potential cure, only that you're going to pursue your own quest to discover such a cure.
I would mention that Zelos bit that Chaotic mentioned, where it's like Zelos has a path for us, specifically.
Okay.
I mean, I actually kind of had a vague, not written down. I had a vague idea of a speech I was possibly gonna do, depending on what we ended up saying and revealing, but I'm not sure. So.
Okay. Do you still want Elia to take the lead, or?
She's
think
the
it
one
would
that's
be-
supposed to be future queen, so.
I think
Go
it
ahead,
would
I'm sorry,
be
Wood.
a Sigma move to have Elia be the one to say it.
You're right, Wooten. That's probably the biggest thing to do, is to say that the god, thank you for your offer, but we have our own path forward. We think that we see the path the gods are setting for us, that Zelos and the Pantheon are setting for us, and we are going to follow that path.
Mm-hmm.
Make an appeal
Okay.
to faith. Make an appeal to God.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Sure, you make good points, but God.
And I did just have one extra thought. If there is a way we might be that he does still put up a defense, if there was some way that we could like demonstrate that she is worthy of him removing his name from the book, is that something that could be brought in, cooked in somehow? What do y'all think?
I don't know.
To like try and convince him to join
If
her side.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think if there's a way to weave that sort of suggestion in. You know what I mean?
Well, since
we
she's
will-
there with you,
Go ahead.
Elia does have something. Well,
Okay,
she
fair
was
enough.
going to try at least.
Okay.
Okay. I will shut up then.
Sheridan character.
No, you're good. You're good.
Sheridan
You're good.
character.
Okay. So, you're going to try and appeal to God. You're not going to reveal the the information about the North that you have, but you are ultimately going to turn down his offer. But you might try and see if you can convince him to reconsider.
Tell him to watch future events, and that, should they prove to him that our path is just, don't feel bad in throwing your support back behind her, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Watch what happens in the next few months, should our path prove to be true.
Yep. No hard
Okay.
feelings.
Okay.
That's probably an important bit too. There, no hard feelings,
Mhm.
All right. Well.
because he
That
does bring up
is-
good points. So.
Okay. Rena's typing something.
And the only thing I have to bring up, no, never mind. I won't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have points, but we're just gonna do our own thing.
Love you,
We're gonna do our-
bestie.
Love you, bestie.
God.
Makes heart
Oh
with
my-
hands.
Oh my god, bestie. hmm
Good. All right.
All right.
I think that's it.
All right, let's fuck.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Elia turns to you, gives you all a wry smile and a thumbs up. Here we go. All right. And she will make her way back to the dinner room. And phase 2 will begin.
Which is where we bring out
Alright.
dessert.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll be range 1. I'll go on the left side and then move as just
I'll be the tank. I'll stand in front.
Right.
go
Careful
to the
now.
bar.
Careful now, the pudding has an AoE attack.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand in it and use my damage mitigation.
If we get a cursed meteor, I'll just butt fuck it, I guess. I don't know.
You guys sound so sad.
I've had a rough several past few days in the gaming world.
All
I
right.
will assume that Rena is coming with me to pick up the dessert. So.
Probably, I guess.
Mhm.
Unless, yeah. I imagine that's what they do.
I will stay out of range of his racism at the south side of the room. It's part of the mechanic.
Part of the mechanic, yeah. Yeah. Ranged characters stay out
A
of
boss whose ability is if you're a certain race, you take 100% extra
Yep.
damage.
Think of
Oh
it
my
like
God.
think of it
You
like a
take-
defamation marker.
Yeah.
I'm all the way away from everybody else.
Wolfrad, but for northerners. Hey, if Skyrim didn't want me to be racist, then how come this axe does 20% extra damage to elves?
Somehow the axes worked anyway.
So,
We need to get a couple of Bane weapons up in here. It'd be great.
yeah. So,
Implying there's not already one in the room.
oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Anyway,
Oh no.
Elia re-enters, takes her seat. My apologies for making you wait, good Duke.
It is, of course, no trouble, my lady. I am a guest in your house, and I serve at your discretion.
And yet, I am being a terrible host for making you wait so. My two maids here are just serving dessert. Would you care for any?
I believe I've had my fill, but, remind me the boy's name.
Bram.
Bram. But Bram here has been extolling the virtues of various cakes and things to me for the last half hour. I'm sure he would enjoy the opportunity.
Bram's cheeks redden a little bit.
Indulgent smile.
Oh,
Passing about the dessert, then.
in that case, I hope he certainly enjoys it. As always, Rena is an exceptional cook and baker.
Then it pains me that I am not able to partake. But consider it a mark of respect and honor for your other cooks, that you did such a fantastic job of filling me up till now.
I'm sure Rena is very proud. Now,
Oh, forgive me. She was responsible for all of the dishes tonight. She's not the dessert cook.
he.
He. Forgive me.
It's quite all right. So, about your offer, Duke.
Yes.
So, I must say, you caught me quite unawares when you posed that. I didn't expect you to be bringing your own offers to this dinner. I guess what they say about the great general of the North is correct. You are a master of logistics.
I would consider it poor form. to arrive at a dinner empty-handed.
Well, I'm so glad you put a lot of thought into this. Good Duke, Alberic, you have come to me with a very substantial offer. You wish to spare me the weight of the crown by placing my house under yours and dedicating the full resources towards a cure for my affliction. Even though the scholars of the Imperial Mages College doubtless have more important projects to be studying, especially with the recent moon, you would order them to drop what they are doing and try to save me. This is no small feat on your part, and for even thinking of me so kindly, I give you my thanks.
He inclines his head.
But I have had time to think and discuss this with my advisors. And after considering the circumstances greatly, I regret to inform you that I simply cannot accept this offer as it stands. It is very kind of you to think this way. However, it is my belief that my fate has a very different path for me. I simply cannot feel like, though this is a good decision that you have offered me, but I simply think that the gods have a different path for me. I'm not sure if you are a religious man.
Is she waiting for a response to that?
Yes.
It takes him a moment to speak. And then he says, "My lady, Elia, I implore you to reconsider. I think that it ill befits a woman of your station to give in to notions of fate and spirituality when the world is concrete and its forces may be readily understood through careful examination. You said that my offer would put your house, the House of Roswald, beneath the House of Coryphus. I assure you, in no uncertain terms, and on the word of my honor, that you would be nothing less than an equal and a partner in any endeavor undertaken by the House of Coryphus, and you would be treated as honored friends and honored family. I believe I see where this is going, and if truly in your heart of hearts you are obliged to say no, please understand that this is the only offer that I am able to make.
But if you do not mind, Duke, I understand the points you are trying to make, but I don't see why we cannot come to an understanding. Though you have made nothing but good points here today, the fact remains that our country still remains in political turmoil, and I would be remiss giving up the monarchy when it can so easily be exploited and used to continue the suffering of the Frumian people.
And by the same token, my lady, you must understand that by the very existence of the Liber Nominum, by the very existence of the movement that has begun against you and your house, that pushing forward in spite of that could lead to the opposite resolution. I believe fully in a strong and stable monarchy. If your house were better positioned, and if your house were of a better reputation, I would support you wholeheartedly for the queendom, for the throne. As it stands, the only support that I can offer is as a friend to your father, as a friend to your house.
Even with my illness? You would... Pardon me, from what you said a moment ago, I thought that that was your biggest concern. Do you not... Say I were cured of my ailment, would you still not support me?
I would support you wholeheartedly. But this disease, this affliction, this ailment, is one of the foremost reasons that the capital is abuzz with talk of you as a weak ruler. I do not put more stock in those rumors than as an understanding of what people, nobles, and commoners are saying. But those that believe you weak will be more inclined to attack you, and those that believe you weak will be more inclined to the sorts of disorder that you are trying to avoid.
I understand that. I have understood that my entire life. It's, according to my physician here, it's a miracle that I've even lived this long, but in spite of that, I have kept living. And I have been at danger, at risk of dying to mages and magic my whole life.
And
I do not mind.
Respect,
Continue.
with respect, how many miracles can you rely upon? How many miracles can you expect in your future to ensure the kind of stable reign that you are looking for?
Perhaps we'll find out.
Please understand, I don't wish to be harsh. I am offering an open hand of friendship. It is not backed by steel. It is not backed by anything but the love I had for your father, the fealty I owe to your house. But I cannot entertain this decision of yours without a full understanding of why you are undertaking it, and the understanding that you do it for the best of reasons and not because of some spiritualist poppycock, some manifest destiny that you believe you are entitled to by virtue of your birth or the hardships that you have undergone.
This is true. All I can really say is I see the cost of relinquishing what power I do have to be too much of a risk. And though, forgive me, Albrecht, but you are not the only one who has been conducting studies into my ailments, and I have my own leads to follow. While I definitely respect the scholarly might of the Imperial Mages College, I have my own paths to follow. And I just do not think it is worth the cost of giving up the crown and letting it fall who knows where. Who knows who will be wearing the crown after my father if I give up on this.
You seem to believe that if you renounce your claim to the crown, that you will have no say in who wears it. There will be an election among the nobles. There will be discussion. There will be politics. There will be agreements. If you stand down and show them that you believe in a fair and open electoral process, you can be an equal voice in those discussions. You can, perhaps not guarantee, but at least have a good say in who does end up wearing that crown. And be an equal voice in the ruling of this country going forward.
And yet, how many people can I say do not have the best intentions in their heart, like you and me, for this country? What of Joran? What if he was going to have a say? What if he managed to corral people into agreeing with him? Who do you think he would put on the throne? And what do you think he would do if he was?
I would like everybody to make sense motives, please.
20.
Wow, number reversal. That's funny.
Hey, yo. Nice.
Very low,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Oh.
Solo, you saw what I rolled. I will let you determine
going
what is or is not.
I need to roll for Flamme.
Okay.
Look at that.
Straight 19s and 20s.
And Rena?
Rena, you got anything?
Hey, there we go.
God damn. I am afraid this man is still a wall.
It might just be like a twitch of his eyebrow or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably tell that his eyebrow twitched and that's about it, yeah?
Rena saw that twitch.
Yeah, you know what? Sure. As the one who rolled highest, and Solar, stop me if I've been in DM mode all morning, so whack me if I'm being too presumptuous. But Rena, you will see one little twitch along one side of his face when Joran is brought up. It's got his eagle eye on it, yeah. 45 feet. You raise an excellent question, my lady. This is exactly the point that I am trying to make. From a position of unilateral power, if you force yourself upon the throne in contradiction to all of the voices that stand against you, rather than allowing them to have an opportunity to speak with you, to correspond with you, to meet them as an equal, and an equal contender for the throne that your father left vacant, you will make them enemies when you could instead make them friends. And the fewer friends that you have, the more likely it is that someone without the best interests of the country or the crown claims that crown and claims that country. All things are in flux, and this is a very precarious moment.
So, Elia's gonna give a look back to you guys. Kind of just a look that you don't even need to sense motive. It's just a look saying, "You still want me to go forward? Are we still keeping to the plan?"
It's that gif from earlier once again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, obviously he's talking about Jordan there. It's just a matter of, Yeesh.
Part of what seems to be being said is almost as if even if she renounced her claim to the throne, she could still try. It almost is what it sounds like, but I'm not sure on that front.
Well, not try, but be able to choose who gets to go up there in her place.
If she formally renounced her claim to the throne, then that cannot be unburied, I think.
Yeah.
I'll see, for some weird reason in my head, just as a state forward, it almost feels like losing if we were to give in to this, but that's not necessarily the case. I just want to bring that up.
Yeah.
There's no real quote-unquote, there's no end-win condition here, So, just something to point out. But,
Also, very interesting to see an atheist in fucking place you're from.
Well, of all people, a wizard would make the most sense to believe that way, to be fair. Not necessarily atheists, because,
Not atheist in
gods are real, it just doesn't mean I have to worship them.
Right, yeah, exactly. Not atheist in, like, the modern sense, but in, like, they don't deserve our fealty.
I don't give them my worship.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
That's usually how a lot of D&D worlds are. I know Pathfinder's Golarion has an entire quote-unquote atheist country, but it's more that they say the gods don't deserve worship.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly.
How does the saying go?
If you want my worship, earn it.
Something like that.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
But,
Also, on a slightly related note, Cygnus, the chat loves your voice. Whenever they hear you speak, they just want to settle in and listen.
Good. Good.
Very, very good voice.
Why have you not voiced the conflict yet?
Yeah, there it is. Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor.
Hey, there it is.
Very well said, yes.
Since we have a quick... Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say... I am full steam ahead on the, keeping to our guns. Do you know why? Because this shows conviction. Shows that.
Yeah, maybe this is just a test.
I mean, wouldn't that actually be a funny thing? That to sit there and see if she can maintain her course despite everything. Although I don't think he would necessarily see conviction in the face of lack of evidence to be a very good ruler trait, but you know.
Oh, yeah.
Lindaya pulls off her Karthus costume, Congratulations, you passed.
I feel comfortable breaking face for this. He is not fucking gaslighting you.
No, the only bit that gives me pause is that he legitimately has many, many good points, and ultimately it's one of those like, is it? I don't.
I think we've reached the fundamental crux of the argument.
This is the canon event.
This is our canon event.
Yeah.
This is your canon event. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna hold true to your beliefs?
Yes.
To your love for Elia, or are you going to do what is best for her, but also relinquish control?
Do a safe, quiet life. That is not worth living. Or go off, find our cure ourselves, carve our own path.
Is the crown or the girl more important?
But what if it's both?
It can be both. All right.
Damn it, she's not in our she's not in our little telepathy thing.
We can't affect her with that. It's magic. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's
supernatural.
She's basically just looking to you guys for a look, basically. Say like, if you are undaunted by this, then she will hold true.
Cracks knuckles.
You see, the worst part is I personally, as a player, I'm torn. I don't think Leona necessarily is, but you know.
Well, chaotic.
So.
Chaotic. To that, as a GM, all I can say is that makes me very happy. It means I've done a good job.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Hold true. Holding true.
Holding true. If there's no more objections, yeah, she will look back to Carathus and say, I understand those points, but as of right now, all I can say is the safest hands are, I believe, to be my own. And the points you make, the dangers you've made very aware, you've made me very aware of. All I can say is I will happily take them and deal with them as they come. And that is why I would once again like to put forward to you, Duke Carathus. I would like to beseech you for your aid. I would like you to, if you truly fear for my life on the throne, then please stand beside me, protect me, teach me, give me the tools I need to rule, and together you and I can bring about the future you have foreseen in Place You're From. We can make it a reality. We can truly make something better than what we have right now. And I would be honored to have you as an advisor in my court, as more than that. Who better? Sorry.
No, go on.
Who better to protect me from all the magic in the world than the greatest mage Place You're From has ever known?
Partway through this speech, he has closed his eyes and leaned back in his chair, and at the last bit of inelegant flattery, he snorts. My lady, I understand the position you find yourself in. I understand why you say what you do. And then he fixes you with an unblinking and surprisingly tired stare. Understand that I also meant what I said. That I have made you the offer that I can.
And why is that?
I think he explained it pretty well.
Oh, pardon me. Did you explain that? I honestly, this conversation is
Hypnotic.
I like to think that
I
his
feel-
entire explanation has been the explanation as to why this is all he will offer.
Mm-hmm.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Cygnus,
Okay.
you gotta do ASMR, man. It's
No!
the money's there. The money's there, man. You could do it.
Would you collab with me on my channel?
We'll discuss that off the call. I'm not having any promises made in a recordable medium.
Okay, fair enough.
God damn it.
Ideal and verbal contracts only.
Oh, not even that. I've worked too long in legal. It's not gonna fucking happen.
That's how he's got the voice.
Yeah.
In that case, she will change her. She will change her. Her question.
That will not have been what she said.
No. Yeah. She'll
Yeah.
say. Then I am so sorry, Duke Carthus, but there is. It seems like there is nothing else that we can discuss. Unless you have anything you wish to tell me. As I see the information before me, I cannot accept your terms. And I am truly, deeply sorry. And time can change a lot of perspectives. And I want to say, should you ever change your mind, should you ever reconsider, should I ever be cured of my affliction and you believe me to be the best ruler for ruling place you're from, then I will happily and always welcome you back in my court. But I cannot accept this offer.
Oh, DM instincts is fighting me so hard.
Very well
Zola,
said.
can I ask for another sense motive, please?
Okay, roll another sense motive.
I'm gonna roll this real quick, and I have to step away for 5 seconds to put in a password somewhere.
Okay.
36.
Apparently,
Something seems to be wrong. Whoa! Oh,
'cause I
it's
had
2 pluses. Yeah.
Fuck.
There we go.
Right. Since Wuten's doing that, I'm just gonna go quickly refill my water and then I'll look at all of those.
Yeah, I'll be right back as well.
Water break.
I am back.
Everybody went for a water break.
And I have my ginger beer. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get a Gatorade.
Oh.
Yeah, it's no water myself.
Oh my god. Oh wait, are we on a quick pee break? Or
We were just getting water. Everybody's getting water as far as I'm aware.
Fair enough. It was just all quiet.
If there's one other reason I need to be sitting there and going to the gym, it's that I can't open a fucking bottle of Gatorade.
Woo. Get one of those grippers.
I have gloves that have rubber grip. There we go.
Gatorade sounded good, so I got one too.
That's one of the best investments that I've made is one of those rubber gripping things.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. It's very good for, there's this very specific maple syrup that I get from locally from the grocery store, and it has the toughest fucking thing to twist off because it's got like one of those sealed protector things. It is a nightmare, and I've actually had to not only use the gripper but also like run it under hot water so that it'll expand a little bit just so I can like get a grip on it. Yeah.
I return.
Hello. We're talking.
Yes, I'm back as well.
We're talking
Okay.
grippers.
Grippers, like feet.
No, grippers as in like one of those rubber gripper things that you use for twisting off very tight sealed
Caps.
containers. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, no, I brought my Britishness into it and thought feet.
Yeah, I know.
Oh dear.
You got your grippers and you got your grabbers, okay?
Yeah. Gotta put those grippers away.
Put those grippers away. Alright,
What you doing wearing them crocs on your grippers?
oh my god. Anyway, so returning to this. Right. So I'll let do you want me to narrate this, or do you have something in mind, Cygnus?
It's entirely up to you. I defer to you as GM. I'm trying desperately not to backseat GM.
Okay, no, it's entirely fine. So, to almost all of you, this man ever seems like the wall that he always has been. Since he arrived, you have not been able to get a thing from him, and you still can't. However, Florentina, since you've been watching him like a hawk, you've been trying to understand every single movement of every single muscle in his face, you still can't really tell what he's thinking, but you get the strange feeling that he is conflicted.
Interesting.
You know, okay. Into the collective, something akin, she'll utter something akin to this is the first sense of apprehension I have detected in this man. Perhaps something she said struck.
We hit him right in the feels.
Is there Shall we leave this to her, or have you anything to contribute, Leona?
I believe that Lady Elia is very much proving that she does have the conviction and the ability to stand up for herself.
Agreed.
And as this discussion is going on, Corythus leans forward. In a lesser man, it might be described as conspiratorial. For him, it is simply a level of earnestness that you have not yet seen. My lady, you speak of time. You speak of allies. Time is not your ally. It pains me to hear that you will not take advantage of the resources of the Imperial Mages College. But if you have leads that may lead to the resolution of your affliction, I encourage you to follow up on them with all due haste. And leaning in further still, tonight, if possible. Then he is back in his chair, and the stony noble mask resumes.
Elia.
Pack a bag.
Elia.
We're off, boys. Let's go.
Well, Elia is just like trying to comprehend that. You can see the confliction on her face, but she then tries to put her own mask on and smiles. I will take that into account, good Duke Corythus. Rest assured, time has never really been on my side, as you know. Still, we shall endeavor. Thank you for everything you have said tonight.
Please consider it in sum, he says, with a meaningful look at all of you. If before the stroke of midnight your answer should change, your letters will be able to find me. If we do not speak until the morrow, I wish you only the best of luck and the kindness of the Regency Council. Until then, it has been a distinct pleasure, and whatever the outcome of your bid, it will be a distinct honor.
Thank you, Duke Corythus. Please, remember what I said as well. You will always be welcome here. And though it may not be in any official or blood-related capacity, I consider you my family.
It is almost with a smile that he says, "You do me great kindness, and please know that the feeling is mutual."
She smiles, giving him a warm, genuine smile.
As I begin to clean up all the plates from dessert.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
In unison, he and his son stand and wait to be escorted to the door.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Cygnus.
Mm-hmm.
There is one last thing you were going to end with, if I remember correctly.
Considering the terms that we are ending on, do you still feel it's appropriate?
I'm going to say yes, because mostly because as a little, just to make sure Ebby didn't feel too left out, I got a live recording. Okay. I got a live recording of the reaction.
Oh.
So
okay.
If you can try and fit it in.
I understand. Yes, I would not wish to rob you of this. Just boy, that was such a nice ending.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If it really doesn't if it really doesn't fit,
No. No.
Is it
It's
something
good.
that can be fit in as we are escorting him out, or as he's getting ready to leave? Like, it's a good ending with
Yes.
Elia, but maybe this is something that can just fit in right as he's leaving, sort of deal.
Sure.
Actually, yes, that would be perfect.
That would be perfect.
Cool. So, who is escorting him to the door? I've decided to apparently clean up the dishes, so
All right.
I could probably handle that.
Yeah, you and
probably
me.
Florentina and Maiden Heaven.
Yeah, you and me can do that.
While me and Rena
good.
and Flamme are finishing the dishes and taking.
I'll put a suck on the racism for 5 goddamn minutes. Imperial minutes.
Is it important that Flamme is there too, or does it not matter?
Flamme is gonna come as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flamme will be there for this one.
Yeah.
So you three will escort him and his son to the door, and me and Rena are going to clean up the dishes.
Mhm. Come along.
Is Elia coming? That is the question. I think Elia would likely see them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'd be like,
So,
allow me to escort you out.
very good.
Though
Very good.
I will only come as far as the moon lets me.
Please have her stay inside. I'll pull it out of the boot when we get to
Okay.
the carriage, all right?
Okay, alright. Okay, I'll have her stay inside.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna have to mute myself because I'm not gonna be able to stop laughing.
What's happening?
I suppose we'll find out.
Alright. You make your ways to the front, and you see there the Corothis guards are still waiting for him.
Bowing position.
Mhm.
Okay.
So did Elia join us?
I thought you wanted to keep her inside.
Well, I did, but you did say she was going to join us, at
Yeah.
least as far as the doors.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, I will pop her over here.
Once again, my lady, it has been an informative and deeply enjoyable evening. Bram, do you have anything you wish to say to the lady of the house before we leave?
He stands to face her and gives a polite bow. Thank you for having us. Tell Theo thank you for the chess game.
Good boy.
Thank you. And he will raise back up and continue to tightly hold onto his father's trouser leg.
Very gently, he unentwines his son's fingers from the pant leg and puts them in his hand, as he himself bows deeply to Elia. I do have a gift, and I would ask that a number of your maids accompany me to my carriage so that I may see that it is delivered without any undue harm to your person.
Of course. I think that should be alright. Florentina, Flamme?
Of course, my lady.
Okay.
They lead the way back to the carriage.
We'll
Okay.
assume Flamme is there as well. So.
Yes, she's going there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With
Just
the
remember,
whistle,
guys. Just remember, guys. Sometimes the light at the end of the tunnel is just a truck.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Flame sword onto the castle.
As Bram clambers carefully into the carriage, Corythus turns to the two of you. He seems to fix the half-giant with a certain amount of extra consideration in this moment.
Mm-hmm. Human, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Half giant.
Even my own fellow maids.
And he says, I understand that there is a certain amount of sensitivity here regarding this gift. It would be inappropriate of me not to give it now that it has come all this way. But I have a certain understanding that I did not before regarding Lady Elia's predilections. So I will leave this to your discretion as to how you wish to handle it once it has been passed to you. And with a sharp whistle, two of his guards open the back of the carriage and bring out. Solar, would you like to do the honors?
Hey, nice.
This trophy was recovered from one of the local beastmen. As a matter of fact,
Oh.
I think you have it.
It's one of the... Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a piece of taxidermy that I had made in Lady Elia's honor after our several victories in the north. As I say, I understand that she may not be the most receptive to something like this, and I encourage you to do with it as you will. Understand that it is given from the heart.
I believe I speak for my lady when she says she will find this. She will. How do I phrase this? How do I phrase this? Give me just a sec here. Brain's in a few different places,
Mm-hmm.
and not for the reasons you may think. Because she probably doesn't know much about this group, as far as I know, unless Solar smacks me upside the head with otherwise.
You're close enough that you've probably heard about each other, but your interactions are yours to define.
Mm. I am sure I speak for my lady when she says that any gift from that which she defines as family is welcome within the thought, within what thought that counts. My Lord Duke.
It gratifies me to hear you say that.
And she will receive it from the guardsman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then give a deep bow, and then say, "Will there be anything else? Will there be anything else this evening, my lord?"
He nods in response to your bow, and choosing his words with great care, I say again, I encourage her ladyship and her advisors to take everything that I said tonight in sum, and consider it in the context of everything else. Beyond that, I bid you good night, and kindness in the morning.
You as well. Safe travels to you.
And to you. And he steps into his carriage, and they are gone.
The guards will mount their horses and leave. Don't worry, guys. Though I did very much want Ebby to be here for this, luckily, I gave them the news. I gave them the news last night, and I recorded their reaction.
Brilliant.
I'll just put it in chat for you guys to listen to when you want. Basically, they certainly had feelings about it. Anyway. And so, the big words... the big words appear across the screen on all of your vision. Boss defeated? Question mark.
Oh. That is so accurate to this whole little short shot.
Indeed.
Just
And so,
oh my god.
congratulations, guys. You have survived the dinner.
Do we level up?
Do we level up?
No.
Damn it.
Damn. I feel like we earned enough experience.
So, back end comes Florentina with some boar's head branded lunch meat.
Nice.
Elia is going to look at it quizzically. What is that?
It is your gift.
Eh?
Esto.
Eh?
I just got the little tiny, little dotted line eyes, just like the.
Oh.
And then Florentina with all the, in like a response of all the with the, it's like breaking the gracefulness from a bit ago. She'll just be like, "Oh, it's from whether or not it's from an actual boar, can't quite tell."
Wait, what do you mean, actual boar?
She recalls the tribe.
Recalls that he said beastmen.
True, yeah. I did neglect that part. Well, it is from some beastmen from the north.
What? Wait, this came from an intelligent creature.
Well.
Maiden heaven by the side going, well,
I surmise that may be the case.
Hello.
There is
Hi,
Hello.
Ebby. Perfect
I am aware
timing.
of a tribe that would wear these as part of ceremonies, battle, what have you. We didn't associate with them much, but we did know of them.
Well, just to quickly fill you in, Ebby. Also,
I have a
hi.
head that you might know about.
That just happened. These guys just survived the dinner. Carathis has left. How are you doing? How are you doing, by the way, fam? Are you here to stay, or are you just stopping to say hi?
Yes, I can stay. I do leave at my normal time, but But yeah, I can stay until that.
All right.
Okay.
So
Cool. All right.
so to reiterate,
Reiterate.
yes, Solar, you cock.
Hey Abby. Hey Abby. I love you.
Good to have you back.
I love
Abby.
you, Abby. Yes. So after hearing that, Elia will step up to Florentina, look at the strange piece of taxidermy, and then look to Florentina. Would you accept a order from me, Florentina?
Always and any time.
Then I would ask that you bury this. Do so however you believe their customs would be. Bury it in the customs of the North. I would hate to think that such a mortal creature, an intelligent creature with thoughts and feelings and love in its heart, would meet an end such as this.
You are ever so gracious, and your kindness is infinite.
She gives you a nod, and then she steps back, and she will also just say, go ahead.
I'm gonna say she will probably just prop it here for now, and then go and grab some gardening tools for the task.
Okay. In that case, Elia will look to Maiden Heaven and say, I think it's best we have a meeting and discuss everything that we just... well, how that went. Also, someone will need to inform the Regency Council that we have failed in our task of bringing him over.
Very well. I'll call everyone together for a meeting then.
Okay. Right, in that case, I will put on some music. Also, can I say big round of applause to Cygnus, who just did the best performance I have ever seen.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
No!
I don't know if it's... Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know if it was
What would be good?
picking up, but I was clapping.
Mm.
There you go.
Will this do well?
I
Okay.
wasn't here for the first performance, but I was here for the last session, and yeah, that this man both terrifies me and makes me feel things, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I am glad that I could turn in a performance that everybody thought was worthy of the character.
It's very good. Now do ASMR. Or
No.
clap.
No, she will go here.
You've already collabed with Solar right here.
Well, it's no fun if I don't make you work for it.
You've made me work years for it.
Is this all our friendship means to you, Wuten?
No.
I know.
Oh my god. He's edging you outside of Klopp.
He did.
That's how a pro does it.
Oh man, he did voice that one pony way back in Daring Douche.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the extent of it. So
Okay.
Maiden will go ahead and in the collective call in everyone. Elia's calling in for a meeting.
Okay.
And then we'll Do we want?
I will also say,
do we want the
Everybody else that's not in
everyone
the
else?
collective there.
Everyone else in there?
Hmm. I would imagine it's past. I imagine it's past Theo and Averin's bedtime, so they've probably been sent off to bed by Struworth. But he would be happy to join you,
Yes.
as would the others.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Whee!
Oh my god!
Oh my
Clean,
god.
clean, 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 clean.
Got a spade.
Oh my!
Do you find the
Holy-
spade? Florentina?
We had to, that was fast forward. I was hitting fast forward on the clean, clean.
Ah, yeah, fair.
I'm gonna do the burial thing after we're done here.
Okay.
And then Rena. There.
Rena!
Grab him.
I'll grab you.
Grip.
There you go. Grab
Grips with
Rena.
the grabbers.
So, Elia calls you in, and you see her like sitting there. One moment is the prim and proper princess that she has been trying to maintain this entire night, and then you see the facade fall away, and she basically just walks up to Leona, falls forward, and just forcibly grabs you in a tight hug.
She will. Just a moment of. Oh, wasn't quite expecting that. Before going ahead and returning said hug.
All right. So, how do you think that went? It's definitely not the outcome we wanted. For a moment there, I thought I was really getting through to him.
There's something of his words that speak to me why perhaps you were unable to get through to him. And the bit that bothers me is the fact that he said, should there be any leads, they should be followed through tonight before the stroke of midnight. There is something he knows he's not telling us. And I have to imagine that there must be good, and seeing the sense the man has, for he, as you did notice, my lady, he does have many good points, many things of consideration we must take into account. Then that must mean he has a good reason for saying what he does, the warning that he does. And
You
I'm
think
curious.
it was a warning?
I do. I have not met the man myself, but after seeing his tonight, I really do believe he means what he says. Which is why then I have to worry. A negotiator such as himself would be very, very much in tune with subtlety in conversation. And whatever it is that he's bringing up is something he feels he cannot state out loud, and that is the part that has me most concerned. And perhaps maybe his reason for, beyond the others stated, of course, another reason why perhaps your conviction did not sway him.
So you think there's things he's not telling us, things he knows about, but we do not?
Just because the Regency Council itself has plans in regards to trying to force his hand does not mean that he does not have machinations of his own or those beyond him. Rena mentioned earlier, no, Florentina, I believe it was that noticed. Florentina mentioned to us earlier that he reacted when you brought up Joran's name. What if perhaps Joran himself also has machinations in mind that he's aware of? And a man of honor such as himself, if he had made certain bonds of silence, would not bring up, perhaps? There's many different variables that, I just wish that we had more information.
You're right. Something doesn't sit well with his words. But I can't tell if he's trying to trick us or if he's trying to warn us.
Everything. Sorry, go ahead.
No, she was just going to say, I'd like to think that he means well, but, well, we also can't forget that he...
If there's one thing that he did tonight that I do believe shows that he does in fact care, my lady. When Flamme decided to take a closer look at the metal, his first instinct was to try to shield you.
Right.
The man speaks to me of a man of great honor. I do not think anything he has said, despite his own predilections or doubts of the gods and their paths for us, he still cleaves true to those ideals of order in civilization, is what his actions spoke of to me tonight. And before it escapes us, my lady, I must commend you on your convictions to follow what you believe to be the best path for yourself and for the nation as a whole. I believe that Zelos and the Pantheon are showing us a way forward through the ebb and flow of the battles between law and chaos. And we will find and follow that path, and she chooses to stop there.
She gives you a small smile.
Well, know that I couldn't have done any of it without you there. All of you there. You are a comforting presence to know that you will support me in this. I don't want to let any of you down.
At that moment, for you, Leona, something happens. You receive a message.
Like a sending scroll message in my head?
Like the sending scroll in your head. Pretty much says, status report, Lindaya.
Oh no.
Let me figure out what to state back. Let me see here.
While you do that, Elia will look to the rest of you.
So, what do the rest of you think? What do you think we should do?
He was he was very set in his ways. I feel like any convincing would have been, after how that went and all he had for himself. I feel convincing him would have been too great a task anyway.
We do as we always have. We endeavor and we stay the course.
Okay. I'm glad that you seem so trusting in your convictions. By the way, Florentina, now that I have the chance, please let me apologize for everything he said about your people. That was truly disgusting behavior.
You need not apologize, my lady. They are only words. Words do not cut. Fang, tooth, and blade do that. if words were to do, if one let words do something like that to them, then they truly do not. Then they truly do not deserve to hold a position in your service.
Even so, I would still accept it had you been.
As I said, you are gracious and kind, and I appreciate and I appreciate the just left me.
Did you lose it?
I lost the word I was about to say. I appreciate the sentiment. There it is.
There you go.
And I appreciate the sentiment.
So that we have the chance to still discuss what I'm going to send back, this is currently what I have in mind. The Duke was unswayed by our arguments and offered to end the bid for the throne. Something in his words feels to be a warning. That's exactly 25 words.
Looks good to
Okay.
me. That looks good to me.
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
All right.
I mean, it's straight to the point in 25 words and tells
Yep.
in so
what I
much
consider
everything
to
we
be
need
the
to
most
know.
important aspects of it.
If she wants
Yeah.
more details, she can send another sending spell.
Or come and talk to us, whatever
Yeah.
happens. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, I think that gets the point across. So that's what I will return with. So to Sturban as an update, the Duke
Okay.
was unswayed by our arguments, an offer to end the bid for the throne. Something in his words feels to be a warning.
Okay. So you will get a response after a few seconds.
Okay.
Now let me just quickly type that out.
So she sent another sending spell.
She sent another.
You know this is going to be urgent.
We're in a massive game right now of which we are only aware of a small portion of the board.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
God, once we get her on the throne, we just have to have a massive network of spies everywhere to get all the information so we never make a bad move again, ever.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Works for me!
I know it works for you, that's why I'm saying we should do it.
Let's see. Who was our spy master for that Kingmaker campaign? Give me a second.
Oh dear.
Okay. This is the response you get. Let me just make sure I spelt it right. Okay.
Still need to invent a language that says 25 words in a single word so you can take advantage of the spell.
Yo, honestly.
I feel like it's something that would actually develop given enough time. Wizards sitting there trying to figure out how to take advantage of their spell to the best degree.
Hmm.
Okay, here you go. This is the response you get in chat.
Disappointing. I will inform the Regency Council. The Regency Council of this matter. Got it.
The Regency. Oh, fuck. Alright, look, sending doesn't come with a spell check function, okay?
Normally doesn't need one.
Alright, you know what I meant. You know what I meant. No, just send the reply already while I go and hide in my box.
We're going to
Out
cancel
of the
Lord
box.
Porthos.
Quick, look up his newspaper quotes from 16 years ago.
No!
God.
We're going to cancel Lord Garthus.
He's gonna drop a sword on you if you keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there
That's
any more
called
discussion currently? Oh, yeah, well, yeah, not if.
Is it treason if you can't if you can't punish the wrongdoer?
if enough people agree that he's in the right, I mean,
What if they're not there to punish him?
Anyways, is there any other conversation happening in the background? I'm trying to think how to respond to this.
Yes, yeah. All I'm going to say is you're talking a lot of smack for some very solid-looking grid coordinates.
God.
No.
All right, Picasso, sit your bitch ass down and shut up.
Okay, fine.
Matter of
That
fact,
was so
pick
much
up-
better than what I was saying.
Matter of fact, pick up a paintbrush and get to them strokes, because you're witnessing a masterpiece.
I can't be racist against a race that doesn't exist.
Oh my god. Hi, Admiral Thrawn.
That's called being an e-racist, because you
Erase it.
Yeah.
Genocide,
God.
you mean erasist.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking
From-
God.
From a certain point
Oh.
of view, if you eradicate them, then there is no more racism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't-
Mhm.
Yeah, there's not a race to be
For,
racist
for,
against.
for YouTube purposes, that is a joke.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
In
For
Minecraft.
legal reasons, that's a joke. In Minecraft.
Yes.
In Minecraft, yes.
In a video game.
Anyway. So Elia will look to all of you and say,
So, the real question that I want to ask you is, are we heeding his advice? He said that we should start pursuing this. We should start pursuing this whole quest to find a cure before the end of tonight.
I was thinking that was for him to get word back so that when he goes to the council, he just... He would... Basically, I was thinking that was just him being like, all right, but if you can do it by tonight, then I can, when I go to the council, put my word in for whatever it was I was doing.
For you.
Yeah. That's how I read that,
yeah.
but...
Okay. I actually don't know.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I don't actually know what Cygnus was intending, so if you want to roll a sense motive, I can let Cygnus try and weigh in.
All right.
Sure.
All right. Can't
That's
wait
how
to
I
see
read
another
it,
wall.
but...
Okay.
See, this is the danger of letting me go write my own script.
No, I like it when you write your own script.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, see, Leona being especially at the moment, she took it as she could be reading more into what he's saying than he actually meant. To be fair, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that means she's not underestimating him. You know. So.
Okay.
So you wanted me to respond to this?
For whatever you think a 30 cents motive is worth, given what,
Sure.
given the wall he has been the entire night, give that what you feel like it deserves.
Well, he doesn't get his bonus thing because he was not trying to bluff, just be selective with his words.
Mm-hmm.
He was very definitely trying to get you to think about everything he said, and with a 30, time is not your ally. There are wheels in motion. Midnight tonight.
I knew I was right in thinking something to do with that. It wasn't just him going to talk to the Regency Council, because again, remember I was saying earlier, there should not really be a time limit on something like this, right? You know, the chance to sit there and think about someone's offer, right? He's going to be back. He's back from campaigning season.
Right.
There's no reason why the meeting has to take place tomorrow, or that he can't, you know, with the power he might hold in a court, call people together at some later date.
Yep.
Something is happening that we're not aware of and that he either will not or cannot say. That's what I'm picking up from it.
I have made you the only offer I can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like that's good enough.
And now that brings up a question of, was that an offer in order to protect her from whatever wheels are in motion, or is it that he himself might not be around for something? I don't know. That's the big problem. We're lacking information that we would need otherwise. So I'm also trying to think of the response to Sturban in terms of a warning. So if any of you guys have any ideas, let me know. So I'm Leona. I'm the leader of this time. I'm sitting here figuring all this shit. What is...
Well, Ellie is going to be...
The biggest issue now is that if we have to try to figure something out by the... If it's legitimately like... If he meant it as in... Start working on that right now, or if it's only until the end of the night. If it's only to the end of the night, we're out of options. So... Because I'm pretty sure our trip to the north would take weeks.
Yep.
Minimum.
Yep.
We don't have any mage that can teleport. I don't think Von Lockwin is powerful enough to teleport us up there. Because to be fair...
She's not.
I was going to say, if you had access to greater teleport, you can legitimately work off of very little information. Like, just a vague understanding of where something is enough to get you close. Greater teleport's broken. Anyways.
It is. It's very nice.
Yes, it is. But, so we wouldn't have... I mean, to be fair, if we had that as an option, we would have probably already done it by now. But... So it's just a question of what is the threat, and I don't know what it is, and that's my problem right now. I don't know how to prepare for it, and even then, if there's a threat that's supposed to be happening within a short period of time, we would not want to be gone if that was the case. Unless we took everyone with us, but even then, that also means now we're just going to be completely out of the loop, not sure what's going on, and we have obligations.
Yeah, with that. Roll me. You can roll me a knowledge nobility, or I'll even accept. No, just nobility on this one.
And if it helps, I am happy enough to still kind of be talking in the collective with everybody as I'm going over my thoughts, because this isn't just me. So
Conversational, yeah.
It's probably something that the maids are used to at this point, a mixture of both thinking in the collective and talking out loud.
Yeah.
So my knowledge nobility is going to be a 27.
Oh my god, the heat index today, it's 105.
One sec while I can
for you,
that.
It's 40 and a half Celsius. 40.5.
That sounds like a you problem.
You mother.
Welcome back, Kai.
How is it?
It's 47 Fahrenheit today.
That sounds lovely.
That's 8.3 repeating, of course.
Oh, that sounds so much nicer. So
back to my void.
Fucking scuttling void over here, Jesus Christ.
So with a 28, with a 30, with a 27, yeah, you can tell. You just know that were you to inform the Regency Council about this, they would likely be very against the idea of you just up and leaving tonight with their heirs, no less. At that point, if you did that, either you would have to convince them that you have a very good reason and you have good, decent proof that what you're doing is absolutely necessary, or you will be defying orders.
Yep, that's fair.
Yep. Can't take her with us. Can't take her with us, but yeah.
Very quickly, I'll be right back.
Yep. Go ahead and take a real quick pee break then, I think. It's been about 2.5 hours. Be right back, guys. And we're back.
Hello. Welcome back. So, thus the party is now all considering this. What are your next steps going to be? Also, one of you is working on a message.
See, because now that you're talking more, now I'm sitting here wondering what even a good message is back.
You're gonna leave Lindaya on red?
Wasn't specific.
Yeah, that's probably honestly the best thing to say. It's just to say it was not specific. Yeah, honestly, it might even just be worth saying it was more of a vibe. I think it was more of a vibe I got from him that something wasn't quite.
His vibes were off.
His vibes
Something
were off,
wasn't
yeah.
quite right. You know. I don't know. You guys
Failed-
discuss things. I'll try to.
Failed the
type
vibe
something.
check out of 10.
Failed the vibe check. The DC was 30. You failed the vibe check.
All he had to do was say yes. Was that so hard?
Was that so hard?
On the other hand, when has Cygnus ever played a character that bends the knee?
Yeah.
You know?
What about?
Why would I say something so controversial yet so brave?
And also so true.
Yeah.
Ah.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I mean, we're out of leads. We're out of plans. We don't have enough info.
We
just
have
don't...
one direction of choice, and we're not even sure if we can take that at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
See, again, it's almost making me wonder. It's like taking his offer might have been a good idea, but then at the same time, it's like, you know.
Fuck that guy.
Well, no, I don't hate him.
I
Despite what he does to people, you know, with his gift and all, but you know,
Mm.
you know.
His heart's in the right place.
No.
Yeah, in the heart of the dude I put, whose mask I put on the thing is also in the right place, in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Everything I do for the monarchy.
I do it for
I
you,
love
my lord.
monarchy.
I love monarchy.
I love the aristocracy.
The first galactic republic? Is that where this is going? Because I'm confused now.
I mean,
No.
it can.
Yeah.
I mean,
No. Well, you guys have the night to decide what you're going to do. But, yeah.
So far, what I have in my back is no specific warning, something in his demeanor and speaking on a lack of time.
That's
what I have
actually
so
perfect.
far.
Okay.
That is actually perfect.
I don't have to add much more, but I do still have words left if we have anything else that anybody can think of.
Thunderous applause.
How many
I'll-
words?
Up to 25. With the current setup,
I love you.
just add "I love you" at the end with a heart.
Yes.
And a winky face.
oh my god,
Not sure
that
how
is-
you how you verbalize winky. I guess just.
You say winky face? I don't know. Say ILU for
One
bracket 3 winky face. I don't know. I don't even think that's actually a bracket. I forget what those are. The brackets or the other one. I can't fucking think. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I just call them the crocodile mouths.
call it greater than and lesser than.
Okay. Anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah. So is that what you're sending?
I don't think we can think of anything else to add. I'd like to take advantage of the rest of the space if we can, but I can't think of much else. So. I think that might actually be all I have to send back. Is no specific warning, something in his demeanor, and speaking on a lack of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly gets it across the way I think that needs to be. You don't have to take the rest of it. So
Yeah.
Also, so that's what will be sent back, I guess. What's up?
On an unrelated but still slightly related note, it is actually greater than or less than sign. That's the name of it.
I was right.
Wait, you didn't?
Some
you
people
didn't
call
hear
it. Some people call them angle brackets, but that's not the official name.
So I do call them the official name. I'm right.
Yeah, you are right.
Although I can see angle bracket.
It would not be equal to, though, because there's no line under it. It would just be greater than or less than, which
Yep.
is what I just call them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go ahead and post in the chat here then what I'm sending back then. Also, apparently I'm spelling demeanor wrong. I guess it doesn't have a U in it. Okay.
Where would the U go?
I don't know. I think I'm doing it like how some people
Trying
spell
the
color
British.
with the U at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. Trying the British spelling.
It's like flower and flower.
I don't think flower's ever been spelled with a U, but I know color has. So sometimes I do that, I think, with my words.
Yeah, like armor and armor.
Armor and armor.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
literally the same.
no,
to
it's
be
like-
fair,
it's
when I
flower
read
and
it,
flower.
it's
armoire?
when I read it, it's armor and then armor.
You know, tomato, tomato.
And then
Potato,
there's
potato.
armoire.
Potato, potato.
Yeah, like that's armor.
So
Okay.
that's armor. Armoire.
Armoire. Armoire.
Armor.
Alright. Well, with no other thoughts, that's what's sent back to Sturban. No specific warning. No specific warning, something in his demeanor and speaking on a lack of time.
I like it. But you forgot the winky face and the.
I was not adding that in.
You don't want to see what happens if you add that in.
I love you was from me.
Oh, okay. Well, you can send that. If you get the next sending, then you can send that back.
Okay.
You know, it'd be great. Oh my god, it would be great. Like if you hear it in the sending, like I send that, you hear a little whisper, and then I just sigh and go, ah, "Rena says I love you." Yeah, we got a lot of thinking we need to do here. So.
So, what is the TLDR?
TLDR.
Oh yes. Of the whole meeting. I sorry, Ebby, I forgot you were there.
Not there.
The TLDR is these guys with Elia leading. You tried to you turned down Corothus's offer to use the resources at his disposal to help find a cure for Elia in exchange for her not becoming queen. You tried to convince him otherwise, but did not reveal that you had information from Enam about a potential cure to the the ailment. Yes.
Biggest reason being we didn't think he would take it seriously.
Yeah.
Or take it
It
well,
doesn't seem-
knowing that we
Or
have.
take it well.
Yeah. So instead, you tried to convince him to side with you because it would be better if he were an ally than an enemy, because he is, at the end of the day, still loyal to the kingdom, and because Elia believes that as of right now, with the war going on in the north, the safest hands are her own. He urged her to reconsider, but
Not only in
When-
the sense of due to her weakness or her ailment, but also due to the chance that the kingdom would not see her if she were to end up on the throne. That the kingdom may become even more destabilized than which is what she doesn't want.
and then
Because
Once
of her
he-
perceived weakness.
yeah, and then once he realized he could not convince her to change her mind, he told her that if there was he told her that if she has something that she can follow to find a cure for herself, that she should pursue it soon. She should pursue it tonight, and that if she changes her mind, he will be available until midnight.
That our letters will find him if we change our mind before the stroke of midnight.
Yes.
There's one other thing we're not considering here.
Mm-hmm.
We do have... So, what spells does Flamme know first? And then second, we do still have Enum as a resource. So, if there's any chance that any of his magic or speaking to the spirits could gain us any more information.
Okay.
In exchange, obviously telling him it's like we are getting close to the point we are going to start heading off, but we need more. We're trying to, we're just trying to figure things out.
So magic-wise, this is what I have. I mean, cantrips. I'm gonna skip them because they're not vital. Like.
At this point, the real question
Yeah.
is access to divination magic. Do you have access to, as an oracle? Do you have access to things like scrying or to augury, or the next version of augury too?
No, because I think Solar was specific on that kind of on what kind of magic I could have. The closest I have to divination is foretell failure.
Ah.
Well, if it's on your list, I mean, I'm just saying.
But I'm a spontaneous caster, aren't I?
Oh, as an oracle, it depends on which spells you take. That's fair.
Yeah.
I do
That's
not
true.
prepare.
You're a
yeah.
sorcerer, not a. You're a sorcerer divine, not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't prepare my spells.
Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, and foretell failure, that's for, like, immediately following it.
Mm-hmm.
Enum
I
could be
mean-
another resource we could use then.
Yeah.
I mean, foretell failure could maybe work for the result of this letter, maybe.
No, it looks like it's like a reroll.
Oh, yeah, it's like a roll.
Mm.
A d20 roll.
mm,
Something you can complete in a single round. Yeah, it says the spell informs you whether the action will succeed if you roll a 10 or better on the dice involved.
Yeah. Basically,
Right.
it tells you if you...
It gives you an in-universe
Yeah.
reason to know what the DC is.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, make sure we keep Enum in mind as someone who could possibly cast other magic that can help us. But
Yeah. He actually has
if-
pretty... If that ritual was any indication, he's got some pretty good ideas for... not ideas, but...
Magic.
resources for divination.
That is true.
I get the very strong feeling that Elia is in much danger, and there's something to me that's speaking that there's someone who's planning on reducing the pool of applicants to the throne. As to who and why, I don't know. I could throw a wild guess at Joran, because if the campaign's over, that means here's a random fun thought. Joran's probably also back from campaign. So
Roll me knowledge local on that one.
that's one I don't have.
Okay. In fact, you can roll me an intelligence check if you want, because I believe you were told this.
Well, if I was told it, is there a chance you could remind me?
Yeah,
I'm assuming it
actually,
was
no.
Skirby.
No, you're right. It has not been so many days that you would just forget something like that.
I'm assuming it was Sturvin who told me.
Yes. So, with that, you actually know that, no, Joran is not back from campaign.
Okay.
The plan was that he would remain in the north to consolidate their assets there, while Corothis returns.
Gotcha.
In fact, I believe I can't remember exactly what was said, so I will shut up. That's all you know.
Okay.
Mhm.
So he isn't back from campaign. Okay.
Mhm.
Why don't we ask Heka, Struworth, and I just call her Von Lochwin each time. I can't
Von
remember her
Lochwin.
first name.
Viella, but
Viella.
yeah,
Thank you.
Von Lochwin is good enough. If you want their opinions, yes, they've been remaining quiet.
Mhm.
I would happily ask their opinions on everything,
Yeah.
Well,
especially if they
Struworth?
have any knowledge beyond what we do.
Something definitely does not sit right with his words. I believe Corothis to be a man of honor, though I cannot guess at all what his intentions are. However, if you do plan on following through with what you believe he was trying to tell you, I can tell you that the court will definitely not take that lightly. And if you would forgive my own opinion, I have concerns about the idea of you leaving the children. Not at this time.
To be quite. Oh, we're only here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
to
here,
be-
and we're also all in the collective. So anytime you just want to say something that's not out loud, you can just, you know.
To-
It's almost as if out of character conversation can actually just happen. So.
Yeah. To be quite honest, that's also something that's been running on my mind. I think we are the only ones who might most likely are capable of doing of having the of being trusted with this. But at the same time, leaving these children is we are not supposed to.
Despite
Yeah.
having several competent guards and a massive keep, it's
Yes.
still one of those. Look.
Yes, it's still the only ones who are like, I to not to demean them, but it's like I don't trust anybody else with his kids other than us.
Of course.
And that sounds very Alvor of you.
She
Don't
learned from the
trust
best.
anyone.
I am one of the only ones who probably met the king, so
She learned from the best.
yeah.
Understood. I don't trust you.
To go on with what I was going to say, or just what the others were going to say, Viella says, nobles, like my father, like Corothis, have always been deep in their machinations and have plans on top of plans on top of plans. And that is why I believe we should take a good page out of the late king's book and not trust him. You do not know what he plans. You do not know what he could possibly have in store. And then Heka will more just shrug. It is not my place to decide the fate of what shall happen to these heirs, but as their doctor, I would only ask that whatever you do, I will remain by Elia's side, should anything happen to her. Their health is my primary concern. I'm afraid all of these politics are more just... They are wind through my feathers.
Is she actually a Tengu or no? I forget.
She is actually a Tengu.
Oh,
And she's just wearing a mask that perfectly fits to her face.
Fair enough. You know what? I get it.
What is her name? The
Pekka?
No, the fucking Jimmy Neutron teacher.
Yeah. Miss Fowl.
Miss Fowl. Because a fowl is a bird. Fowl means bird. Wee.
Yeah, that's what I always hear when I hear her voice too.
This is the message you get in response.
Oh, she sends another sending scroll. Okay.
Oh my
she
God.
does.
Oh my
You're
God.
worth it.
Apparently.
Aww.
Okay, this is what she sends. And I'm gonna really try and spell check this one.
Make sure we don't read something into it we're not supposed to.
No, I'm more just because I don't want you to see any of my spelling errors, because I'm embarrassed.
So, you see, I just like to think that, she had sent another scroll after the last one and went oops and like fixed the spelling with an asterisk.
Oh, good. Well, I guess, I mean, they're homonyms in that regard. Depending on
yeah, that looks good.
Depending on how she pronounces it.
There you go.
Alright.
I'll make dinner.
Me personally, I'm feeling as though we wait a few days and prep and get information and watch what happens.
See, but the only bit about that is that here's another thing. Viella says not to trust him, which, to be fair, let's put it like this. He's still a man of honor in the sense of I will trust his words on the technicality of them, not the spirit of them.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, he's not going to lie per se, but he'll lie in terms of, once again, the information he's not telling us.
Mm-hmm.
The other problem is that we're not entirely sure if he's not also planning... Here's the thing, if he's planning on a vie for the throne, he may well be trying to gather his allies now, and he was trying to see where we sat, and we've essentially told him we are not an ally for his bid if he's choosing to do that. So, or if someone else is, if he's doing it on someone else's behalf, again, there's a lot we don't know. I would say that the best information we can take from what he said is that Elia and the other Roswalds are, all of them, because, you know, if she goes, well, both Averin and Theo both still technically also have claims. They are all in danger. And I think that's the best we could take from it, is that they are all in danger. Now. Because Elia has said, no, we will go ahead and retain our claim to the throne. We're not going to rescind it. So now the question is how to deal with that. Alongside this, we know Mr. Korthus has the ability to drop giant swords on things.
Yep.
So... you know, yeah, that's not necessarily a good thing.
By the way, I wasn't there when it happened. How giant of a sword are we talking about?
Big.
Big. Very big.
Hang on. There you go.
There's the sword that Rena saw. So.
I suppose I can show this to you as well.
Saw it from miles away.
Based...
If you've
yeah,
seen...
I feel like... Go on.
I was just gonna say, if you've seen the Fallout show where they put their thumb to the mushroom cloud to see if they're gonna be affected by it, it's bigger than your thumb in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
You are glad it's not nuclear.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I described the smoke cloud at the time that whatever made it, whatever explosion caused it, could have enveloped the castle 3 times.
Yep. It was big.
It was big. It was big. Big.
And the big surprise.
It was a big surprise. I love
So
giving you guys surprises.
It was a big sword. So, although we also, funny enough, we have our really cool statue in the middle.
Yeah.
which we learned about. And we
Mhm.
learned about the giant sword, which I forget exactly what the statue did, but I get the feeling that if a giant sword appeared and one of us was able to activate it in time, we might be okay. So...
Man.
But it also, funny enough, makes me feel like a safer place would actually not be the keep. Funny enough.
What if,
So.
guys, what if the statue parries the sword?
Susano moment.
Yeah, big Susano moment.
Rules of nature!
Or that one game where you can parry that fucking nuclear explosion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was also thinking fucking Asura's Wrath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love Asura's Wrath.
That's
I
such a
never
good
played it. I
game.
watched it because it's just a movie. It's just a movie.
It's just a
an
great
anime.
movie.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, it's cool to pay for the ending of a game.
Oh my god. If they had done a better job with Asura, it would have been a much better game, but as it stands, they made some really stupid decisions with it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we're all in agreement that we want to try to see Elia or one of the Roswalds hit the throne. So,
Yep.
the question at this point is what to do with the warning that we have been given. Whether it is Korthus himself, or him acting on someone else's behalf, or who knows what, we know they're in danger now. The sword of Damocles hangs over their head. So what do we do about it?
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said we should start pursuing whatever paths we have tonight, which means he's saying that whatever is about to happen is going to happen very, very, very soon. Once again, if the only option we have is going to be weeks long, there's not much we can do about that. And leaving now, even if we took the children in tow because it would be safer outside the keep, like was said earlier, you know, I'd probably be getting sendings from Sturvan constantly going, "Where the fuck are you? Get back here!"
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you would definitely be going against orders.
Mm-hmm.
But
Tell me where the fuck are you?
I think at the moment it would be pertinent to, rather than go off to the north tonight, maybe talk with Enam, get some information, maybe do another one of those.
See what he's willing to continue to do to aid us.
Yeah.
Okay.
See about
We
doing
can-
maybe another divination of some kind.
I was
can-
also just
Go ahead.
now out of curiosity, I was thinking how plausible would it be for us to actually kill Cortez, but yeah.
You know, funny thought. It really depends, because he's a mage, he's a wizard. If he's ready, the answer is no.
Yep.
If he's not, the answer is yes. Despite we're probably several levels lower than him.
Yep. I just need to get a
Let's put it like this,
good.
you guys. Like, let's put it like this, right? Like some
Whoever-
guys that you guys are fighting in other campaigns and things, right, are significantly higher level, but you know, you still hold your own pretty well.
Yeah.
So
In Pirates, the noble, the captain
Noble
and
lady?
the noble lady were quite a few levels higher than you, but
and we didn't even use the whole party to beat them.
yeah,
So
yeah,
although it was still pretty close.
it was very close, you know, but you still came
Yeah.
out on top. Simply because you got the drop on them in that regard. And you
So the
used
easy answer
your
is, if he's prepared, the answer is probably no.
Yes.
But if he's not, we actually probably stand a fair chance.
Yep. If
And
we
yeah,
get
this is not a hypothetical I would like to entertain, because if he is as we've seen tonight, not to mention that's kind of, you know, unwise.
Yeah, it's just that, like, in my mind, I know it's like in character. Probably, Flamme thinks it's definitely not what we're gonna do.
Just
But
because
just
it's
by-
D&D
just
doesn't mean
as a
there needs
player,
to be
yeah.
resolution.
Yeah, but both as a player and also deep inside, Flamme kind of like muses the thought of like, I don't like this guy, and he's honestly kind of a dick and probably evil.
Man, that health bar is looking mighty tasty right about now.
Yeah.
You say that, and Leona gets a different feeling from him. I get almost a kind of a tragic, I'm only doing what I have to do, rather than I'm doing it because I'm evil and I want,
Right.
haha. I see it
Yeah.
more as I'm very much getting the vibe of
My hands are tied.
a tragedy. Yeah, he's at the very least from his point of view, he could see himself as a tragic hero. Like, I'm only doing what I have to do. I don't want to do it. It hurts me to do it. But I do it because I have to, not because I want to. That's just me. Everybody has their opinions.
No, it's fair. It's fair. That's what we call nuance.
Yeah. So, the biggest thing we need to do now is just, what are we doing next? Because if time really isn't an ally, I don't think we can just sit and wait.
You cannot. It is probably quite late already, so you have choices to make.
And I think we've already ruled we're not joining his side. Whatever this side is, we're not on it. We are on the side of the Roswalds have their claim to the throne and should keep that claim. So long as Elia wants it, as if she thinks that that's where she should be, that's what we do, because we are her maids.
Yep.
And we serve her till our dying breath.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially until our dying breath.
So what do you guys think is the next path forward? I'm honestly a little lost. Other than talking to Enam and seeing what other aid he's willing to offer us, and to ask questions of their ancestors to see if there's anything else we could learn about Corythus's plans or any other politicking that's going on that his magic could give us. I'm honestly kind of at a loss. I don't want to just sit here, but I don't see where the opportunity to seize is.
I'm with you there. I don't see. I'm lost for any kind of direction at the moment because I just don't see anything else. Can't leave and look for the thing. It's not like Enam. Like, even if we got insight from Enam, it's not like we could do anything about it at the moment.
The information that we would need from him would be the information we lack, which is what the fuck is Corythus or planning, basically.
Yeah.
Basically him. I mean, it could be anybody, but at this point, he's the nexus point around which anything we would want to learn is happening. So, we know that the court is getting ready to... They're going to throw a hand at him and basically be like, look, we're going to dismiss your troops unless you go ahead and support one of these candidates for the throne, which I'm sure he will take offense to. He doesn't seem the type to easily offend, but I can see that being something that's a direct strike at his pride. Especially because he's like, I'm trying to defend you all, and you would sit there and dismiss the troops that I'm using to keep us safe. How dare you?
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of lost at what even we need to assess at this point. So
we need to get Elia cured. That has to happen so that she can take the throne.
Right.
We can't get there at the moment because we essentially have a warning/threat that something's going to happen. These children are in danger.
And
we can't necessarily leave because essentially it would be... There's so many different problems that's going to cause amongst the court, amongst the Grey Maidens, everything. So,
yeah, that's where I am. That's what I see too, and so I just don't see anything we can really do right now. Unfortunately.
I mean, we wrote ourselves into this corner. I'm sure we can write it out.
I'm sure we could figure something out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you didn't tell him what your plans in the north were, so you don't know what he'd actually say about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should have. Oh well.
Oh well.
Well. Oh well.
Too late now.
Besides, assuming I'm allowed to interject here and solo, mute me if I can.
Okay. Go ahead.
Simply because you have orders does not necessarily mean that that is the best thing for the children.
Yeah, that's true.
That does bring up the point where I sat there and said, honestly, the keep is actually more of a liability than a protection at this point. We could just say, if she's like, where are you? We're like, we feel there's a threat and that the keep itself is more of a liability. We have taken them and we're hiding them until further notice. That, because our first and foremost duty is to the Roswald family, first and foremost.
Yeah.
So, if we think that they're in danger, and that the keep is more of a everybody knows where they are, because sure, a keep is very good against normal armies. It does jack shit against mages, assassins, or anybody who's well trained at that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't a safer thing be that nobody knows where you are in the first place? It may actually be better that we take this trip to the north, because what we're doing is twofold, two birds with one stone. We are going to go and try to see if Enom's path does in fact lead to the knowledge we seek, and it keeps the children safe because we're afraid that they are in danger. And that by nobody knowing where they are makes it... Now, any mage worth his salt can find them, but, it's still better than nothing. That, and if we had access to enough magic for mind blanks or protecting from scrying spells and stuff. Because if Korthus is at the center of something, he's a mage worth his salt. He could find us if he really wants to.
Yeah, and if he does, he'd be ready. That'd be a massacre. So,
but staying here is also not a good option either. Because I think that the keep also just remains a liability, because it's one of those, you're in a nice safe spot where I know you are and I can deal with you whenever I feel like it.
Right.
Whereas the other one, at least it requires some effort to find you. Unless, of course, our good friend Viella has anything that can help us in that regard. She's not necessarily a super powerful mage, but I'm sure we can figure something out.
I mean, I know one thing we got.
What's that?
There's the statue in the middle that has that trigger. So
what does the statue do again?
So, let me look at what I had told you last time, because I told you some things, but not everything. Basically, if you wanted
for you to make a little journal entry for it.
I actually do. I just haven't shown it to you yet because basically you hadn't figured out all of the information about it.
Well, my suggestion
Viella said
take the bits that we haven't discovered and just put them in the GM notes instead, because we can't see those. So
that's a good idea. Actually,
and in terms of us leaving, especially with the moon in the sky, I would imagine that as long as we keep Elia covered up, it shouldn't be an issue.
Look at big pizza pie.
Let me see. Okay. Basically, what happened last time was Viella said she got a lot of magical readings of it and defined most of it, but there was something else she couldn't figure out.
The necromancy part.
The necromancy part, and she said if you wanted to figure that out, the best thing, well, she could either continue to try studying it, but she doesn't really have the time for that. Since, the dinner was today. Therefore, the best thing you could do is turn it on and see what happens.
Not with Elia in the castle.
You do know, it's true that you don't know what the necromancy part is, but you do know that whatever it is, it's not so much as a... It's not so much as an area of effect as it is a character selection spell. I don't know what you'd call it. Multiple target.
Choose a target.
Choose a target. I can give you everything you have so far. Let me just read through it. Okay. Actually, it's probably better that I just post it in chat for you, since it's a lot of it's worded
lot.
in. There's a lot. So I'll just put it in chat for you. I'll put it in Discord actually.
Okay.
There's that. There's that. Mhm. There's that. And finally, then there's that.
Well, I feel like being pointed in the direction of the statue might mean we should probably take a closer look at the statue. But
Sure, if you want.
we could even
This
ask-
is what you
we
know
could even ask
so far.
Enom if Enom's a magic user. We could ask him to help.
Sure.
And this
There
is
you
one
go.
of those few knowledges that I actually can make.
Sure. If you want to take a look at the statue, you can go right ahead. And if you want me to get
Everything is
Enam, I will
grounds.
also pull him up.
See the whole castle grounds.
Also prevents planar travel inside or within the castle walls. So that would mean people can't teleport inside.
Nice.
May also select. So basically, if anybody's trying to get into the castle, it's very good at preventing them from doing so.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And also allows you to see everything happening as per clairaudience and
Mhm.
clairvoyance. It's basically you're not getting in here without us noticing you, basically.
But that's only when it's activated.
Somebody
Mhm.
is maintaining it, yeah.
But
Who is a
if we
spellcaster, specifically.
but if it were to activate it, that would hurt Elia, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily, as I said. It targets specific characters. It's not an area of effect necessarily, or at least the effect that is happening is not affecting her. So I would not count that.
Because if so, I could. Am I the only spellcaster?
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Within our group.
Viela's a
Among
spellcaster.
us, yes.
Yeah.
Amongst
Viela's
us
also here.
specifically, yes.
Um.
And Heka, no, she's not. Alchemists are not casters, technically.
She's an alchemist. She does the alchemy.
Because Viela will remain here.
That is also why I am not a caster. I am
so-
just a ninja alchemist.
If I were, would we have to be in close range of this thing to have access to the spells and whatnot, or?
You would
Far
have
as
to be within the castle.
Oh, okay. So that's not doable then. Yeah.
Within the castle walls.
I mean, we would still have Yela, which means she has full surveillance of the castle if we leave.
I'm just trying to think if there's something important to the statue in regards to what we're doing.
Well, that means that at least for one, no one can get into the castle when we're not here without anybody noticing.
That doesn't mean they can do anything about it. No, again, it's. I just feel like I just feel like the statue being brought up is just important because it might mean a path forward. So why don't we just take a look at it and see if Viela, Ina, if everybody who has the ability to use spellcraft can't get a second chance at figuring things out about it,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
just to see if we can figure out the necromancy part of it. I don't
So-
know how that exactly would help, but it's better than nothing, I guess.
Could I roll Solar?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a roll, a knowledge arcana, and I'll have Viela do the same.
I do not have Arcana, but I have. I mean, I can do it untrained, but I have Spellcraft too.
Spellcraft.
I could try. Yeah, go ahead and try
Or-
spellcraft.
For figuring out magic items. Does Viela have an identify scroll available?
Wow. No.
I was gonna say wait for a second if she had an identify spell, but
If she has an identify spell,
or
I
a
don't
scroll.
think. I don't think I mentioned she would have one like that, but I would be willing to say she actually might.
Mm-hmm.
She has a large repertoire of menial spells for menial things.
Mm-hmm.
So I could say she has a scroll available.
Well, would we be able to use that to enhance our spellcraft checks, since everybody's already made them? But
Sure. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. What does it do exactly?
It identifies basically detect magic, but plus 10 to identifying magic items.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll say, Flamme, you are assisting here.
Flamme is assisting Viela.
Flamme is assisting Viela, and you want to do that to Maiden Heaven.
Her roll's right there, yeah.
Yeah, she got a roll of 23. So... it's +1 for every 5 over 10. Was that how?
It's just +2. If you
okay.
aid, it's just a +2 circumstance bonus.
Okay. I don't know where I got that from then. Okay. Okay. Yeah, with that, I will give you everything. She identifies it as some very ancient magic.
This statue must be older than we think it is. I dare say the castle might have been built around it.
And this is the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
King Einhander the First. Clairvoyance, audience. 6 defenders are granted the benefits of Solar's Last Stand special rule.
Oh.
Would you like me to show you what that is?
What is that?
I was hoping to leave it to a surprise, but I can show it to you. I feel like you guys really would like to know. So let me just make sure it's...
It's a very powerful defensive artifact, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. So would you guys like to know?
Sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, now this is making me think we're just gonna have to sit here and be like, well, bring it, bitches!
Oh boy.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just
Okay.
just reading.
For a few short seconds, you're a fucking lich.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
So,
And then you die.
Leckens.
Leckens.
Pardon me. Leckens.
The hell is a Lecken?
Look, don't ask.
Like a wolf person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not werewolves, we're wolves.
They're howl wolves.
Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky stay scary, boys becoming men and becoming wolves.
Anyways.
All right. So that is everything the statue does.
My goodness.
Making me feel like we're supposed to just go ahead and sit in the castle and take it.
Well, remember this. As I've always said, the ending as of this moment is still not preordained. I have only got plans for every decision you could possibly make. But, you know, I can only plan for so much.
He's just playing this fucking Death Note theme song in his head every time we're playing the session.
I'm not gonna lie, maybe.
I will say, Solar and I mapped out a lot of different permutations.
Yes. So, when you guys see something like this, please do not feel like you need to follow things. Like, you know, that would be a bit metagamey, and I wouldn't want you to do that. You know?
Yeah.
I want you to make the choice you want to make.
This is us in the fucking... We're being Doctor Strange. It's like, how many futures do we win in? One.
Yeah.
God. Well, I see two possibilities right now. We either stay here, or we go north. That's the two options I see.
Yeah.
Do we want to sit here and wait and see what happens to us, or do we want to instead seize the initiative and go, maybe we can make the difference that needs to be made? Especially because when it comes down to it, it really does sound as though his biggest problem... He did say, in the end, it's like, if I were cured of this ailment, what would you do? And he said, I would support you. I don't distrust him on that, so... Like I said, I trust what he says specifically, not in the letter of it. So, in the letter of it, not in the spirit of it, so...
Right.
I think that we should probably go. Personally. Take the kids with us because they're safest with us, and it's technically safer than being in the castle. Because the castle's a known location. So... Although, you know, curing of her ailment is only the first step forward in anything. If there's any kind of machinations going on otherwise that would have ended up, you know, trying to kill people, you know, there's nothing we could do about that except be there to defend, right? So,
Right.
But that's what we're already good at doing, so. What do you guys think? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you think we should leave, take the kids with us? It's safer than being in a known location? Should we take his warning very seriously, which he does not seem the type to fuck around. So. And if our goal is to get Elia on the throne, and this is the path forward we see, and there's the biggest thing here, I could tell it's probably the biggest why we're still a bit hesitant. There's a lot of faith going into taking this path. We don't have a lot of information. We're not even sure it's going to lead to anything, technically.
We are putting our faith in Zelos.
We're putting our faith that Zelos in the so part of the thing that I had earlier was in the ever shifting ebb and flow of the war between the gods of order and chaos. They can occasionally give us a glimpse at a path that we should take, and sometimes you just have to have a little faith to follow the path, and it still takes your initiative. You have to be the one to do it. You can't just be like, oh, it's there for us, right?
Yep.
We see our path. All we can do at this point is have a little faith that it's the right decision, and that's it.
There we go.
By the same token, if there's some kind of threat that something's going to come here, who's to say we can't beat its ass?
Yeah.
I mean...
We could beat their ass out there, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one thing I will point out, not as a GM trying to put ideas in your head, but to remember that even if you don't see the castle as being safe, neither is it really safe to take the children out into the country or wherever you're going, to take them into the north. There are plenty of dangers there as well.
Yes, but also then
There's
we know
us.
it's 100% our fault if they die.
It'll be
That's
100% your fault if they die no matter what, don't you worry.
What a great outlook.
Yes, but look at it this way. If they die in the castle when we're out, we couldn't have done anything. If they die in the north with us, that's skill issue.
All right. Well, Ebony has now convinced me that I want to stay here. So,
Well, let's see.
No, honestly, I didn't thought that taking the kids with us could be an idea, and I like that idea because, like, yes, dangerous, but also they are with us, and we can make 100% sure that nothing happens to them with us. I guess that's my stance.
The only other question is whether or not anybody's keeping tabs or scrying or following us with just little scouts. I mean, how did they find our good friend, Mr. High Level from the north? How'd they find him? They obviously found him, so. We really are at a hard point where there is no good or easy answer, so.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I love you.
Yes.
No, you
Love too,
don't.
Solar. But also, fuck you.
This is the
We love you.
situation where it's good friend in a pillow fight uses a tiny pillow. Best friend uses the mattress.
It's
Yep.
me. I have the mattress.
It's me. I
Only
am the
I.
mattress.
But every pillow is a mattress for me.
He's using me.
Only I can kill Kakarot.
Good. All right.
I'm sure we've been talking about this out loud too, so it's probably a good idea
Yeah,
to bring anybody
we've been
else
talking
in
about
on
in
it.
character. At this point, I just want to figure a direction.
That's all right.
The only other two things I could think to do
Like-
would be to ask Enum if he's willing to aid with some more divinatory magic, and Elia what she would want to do. Or the only other two things I could think to ask at this point. Otherwise, I'm on the side of let's take them and go, because at this point I'm like, this is the one path I see forward. I trust in our ability to defend them. So, although, you know, there's the logistics of we need food and we need water and we need all that stuff too. Camping materials.
Well, the nice
You
thing
know.
is that you've got a couple of magic casters, and
Mm-hmm.
create food and water is on. Well, I mean,
I do have purify food and drink and create water.
hey, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also, just as a reminder, remember that there is also another problem you need to look out for,
Mm.
and it's happening right now.
Uh-oh.
It's
Oh.
in the sky.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I was saying we would have to keep her covered up the whole time.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because
How
I
do we-
assume it's more of a touches her skin rather than necessarily anything else. So if we kept her covered up, you know.
As long as you bundled her up in a burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Put her on Flamme's back and have her as a burrito.
Yes.
Burrito.
Just give me a papoose.
I'm just going to stand on that side at this point because we need to make a decision. And I would rather act than not, personally.
Mhm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely
So-
your choice.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset that we ask Enam, see if we can get anything more out of him in terms of, at least in terms of, like, a direction as to where to go, you know?
There's that, and we can also tell him, because we're considering leaving tonight, which would mean we can get you home, but we need more information.
Okay.
And it might
Sure.
be worth asking Elia whether she thinks it's a good idea or not.
Right.
So
Sure, I'm happy to do that if you want to get Enam in here.
let's just get everybody out in the fucking courtyard at this point.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Get some fresh air.
Although she needs to be covered up if the moon's
Say,
out. So.
Oh yeah, that's actually it's a good idea.
Say, please don't.
Well, that's also a good point. We need to check and see. Can we just cover her up and it won't affect her? Because if that's the case, we need to know that.
No, I think that is actually the case. I think we've run into that.
Well, I mean, you've seen her stand beside windows and curtains during the night, and nothing has happened.
Yeah, it seems like it's just due to the moon's rays, the moon's light.
Directly on her.
Yeah.
She's like a reverse flow.
God damn it, Cygnus.
I
mean, it would solve.
If you're assuming you're saying this aloud, Heka will chime in. Speaking as a medical practitioner, I must say I consider this plan of action to be very dangerous for Elia. This is a slippery slope of potential problems that could occur on your way that would cause her to come into the light of the moon. It has been safe for her to stay here all this time because we have been able to carefully close and block off all light coming in from the windows here. But out there, you run the risk of bringing her to great harm. Therefore, I cannot condone the action, but it is not my place to make that decision, is it? She stares at you with her eyes that you cannot see, her mask betraying no emotion.
That in the wilderness is really harsh, so I don't know if that's a journey they're ready for.
I mean, unless you guys want to just leave them here. The guards are good. I don't know. I don't want to just sit here. That's the problem.
I get it.
We have something that can solve. We have something that can solve the biggest issue that he has. But even then, funny thought. If there's something else going on, then all of that doesn't really matter anyways. So. If there's like some kind of plot going on about they're going to lessen the pool of people that are applying, or there's anything, I couldn't tell you what. That's just the first thought that comes to my head.
That's a
then
very
any planning.
That was a very diplomatic way of saying a fucking coup. Just reducing the number of applications or applicants. That's a very diplomatic way of saying.
I'm in the orderly, lawful mindset. Okay, leave me alone.
I get it.
So, are you talking to Enam?
We should.
Okay.
At this point, we're just going to keep arguing. Otherwise,
Elia will just say she will stay in here and let you go and speak with Enam out in the courtyard. Okay.
I mean, she could become a burrito.
She could become a burrito.
I could carry her.
Come with us.
So,
they could talk through a window.
Strong, muscled arms. Anyway.
Anyway, so I'm just going to assume you've asked Enam this question to save time, unless you do want to act it all out.
About the best I could think would be to say we're making considerations. One of those considerations is to follow up on what you have suggested could have an answer for us, which would have us bringing you home, but we need more information. I don't think he probably didn't overhear any of the conversation we had with Corthus.
No,
so.
no, he did not. In that case,
But
his
we would
response
want
will
to-
be...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, if you have more, go ahead.
Merely probably that we would be informing him that, like he said, our politics are weird, and it's like, yup, and that's why we're trying to get more information about what's going on.
Okay. Then his response will be thus. Well, first of all, I will offer correction. There is definitely something of an answer in the north. The spirits do not lie on that account. What I cannot promise is that it will be an answer that you are looking for, or the answer you want. However, if you are looking to me for more divinatory explanations, I'm afraid there is only so much I can give you. You see, when I was captured to ensure that I would no longer be capable of making some magic to spring myself out, they... What do you call it in this language? They killed my familiar.
Aww.
So I have not been able to prepare any new spells. I am only working with what I have. I could not cast the spell, the ritual that I made last time, but I could perhaps find something that would help. I do possess a spell that gives potentially very vague answers to the future. It is known as augury.
Hell yeah, brother! That's what we've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
He has the approximate knowledge of many things.
An approximate knowledge of the immediate future.
That's my finger bit.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you the next second we're gonna be sitting here.
Holy shit!
Holy shit, you're right!
I got up.
Oh my god.
No! How dare you! My future sight.
Fuck you mean nuh-uh.
So, he has given you that offer.
I think that's pretty good, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Say may as well.
I want to give him a new familiar.
Well,
You can
He
be
needs
in
money.
it.
He needs money for that.
yeah, he needs,
Needs
money.
I have
money.
money.
And time, which is apparently
Mhm.
something we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
I
No.
know. I have the money though.
Well, if this is a question you would like to ask, I will ask it to the spirits, and they will give you an answer. But I will need to know what your exact question is. Be very specific with your wording, please. I'm sure there's at least 1,000,000 gold in it for you.
We make you rich.
Uh-huh.
All right. So what are you guys thinking?
And I think you're pretty.
No! Lies.
Sorry,
We're gonna metagame and we're going to fluster the GM
No!
until we don't have to worry about the question anymore.
I mean, at least that wasn't my goal, but if that's what happened
It just,
from me
it
telling
just
the
kinda
truth,
happens. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Don't you think I won't push time on naturally? Don't you worry. I am keeping track of how long you're spending thinking about this.
Mhm.
What do you mean? I haven't been thinking at all. Brain empty.
Mm.
I cook, I sew, I make poison, I pray.
So,
In that
I
order.
protect children.
yeah. Yeah.
Should it be something towards the immediate or something towards the cure answer? You guys think?
I'm also reading what Cygnus sat there and wrote, and I don't know, man. I feel like I'm missing something.
It's been me the past hour.
Hey, I can't make the decision for you. This is what it's all about.
Are you entertained, Solar?
Very.
Mm-hmm.
You are right about one thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely don't have enough information.
Yep. We definitely need more information.
He said to start working on it tonight. He didn't mean that we have to leave tonight.
Yeah.
Towards the method of figuring it out, one thing is gathering information.
Mm-hmm.
My information is, hey, do you want a new familiar, baby?
Hey,
Why
baby,
not?
you want a new familiar?
That would
I'll be
probably
a
actually be a
familiar.
very good show of good faith to him, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Also, that's really mean they did that. I'm sad.
Well, how else are you going to stop a wizard from casting spells?
Valid.
Depends on the type of caster. For a wizard, take away a spellbook. For a sorcerer, you tie his hands, and put something in his mouth, and
Cut off his hands, you know?
that. I mean,
that.
if you want him to never cast again, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't
But if
Cut off his
you
say
hands,
never,
gouge out his eyes,
but anytime
cut out
really
his tongue.
soon.
The
There's spells to get
easiest
that
one
back.
is manacles and a whatever you stick in someone's mouth. Fuck it, I don't know. A ball gag. I don't know.
You said it,
Oh,
not me.
It works.
It does work.
Mm.
What you do
You
is
can,
is
you
that
can
on
also
that
just
duster?
stuff
you can
it.
also just stick a mage hand in their mouth.
I was just gonna say a dirty sock.
Yeah, that too.
A dirty sock?
Dirty sock
Why-
specifically.
Clean one?
Question: Why?
Oh.
Yeah,
Get
why
one.
dirty?
Get one from your ship captain. Get his little grippers out and just.
Oh my god.
Give him something that's been
Maybe.
he's been
All
wearing
right,
for
here's
a
a
couple
thought.
of days.
Here's a thought. Here's a thought. Here's a thought. Something like, if any lives in this castle would be in jeopardy if the maids journeyed northward for a cure.
Sure.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Works.
Anyone else?
I think that works.
Yeah, that's actually covers a lot.
An interesting wording. So are you saying that everyone in this castle, barring you, would they be in danger if you journeyed north without them?
Yes.
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 Hold on. Hold on. I'm also trying to very specifically.
Is there a word limit on the augury spell?
No, it's more just like you ask a question and you get a very vague response, assuming it succeeds. The base chance of receiving a meaningful reply is 70% plus 1 per caster level to a maximum of 90%.
Good deal.
And it says it can tell you whether a particular action will result in a good or bad result for the immediate future.
Okay.
Well, I'm mentally prepping. I'm still mentally fluffing it a little in my head. Hang on.
If nothing else, too.
The castle and the lives that then might be jeopardized by our absence.
Another way of putting it, but yeah. Will the castle and the lives within be in jeopardy with the maid's absence?
Hmm.
In the immediate future.
Yep.
In the immediate future. Very well. If that is what you would wish to
Ask.
ask. Now, I will need some spell components.
Gee, man, what else?
I'm sure
do you
we
want?
have. I'm sure we have access to that.
I'm sure you can. Just 25 gold's worth of incense and a set of marked sticks or bones worth at least 25 gold. You could probably find both of those.
It's
Yeah.
probably some
Easily.
chicken bones.
Something Viella
Get some
probably
old chicken
has.
bones.
Yeah.
I'm going to the go to visit the boarhead real quick.
Oh my god! Hey, it's. I said bury it in our customs, right? This is our customs. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If that's the question you would like to ask, then I will go ahead and roll for success here, secretly, of course.
Repeating, of course.
Repeating, of course.
33.33. Repeating, of course. Chance of survival.
Okay. Let's see.
And then we have Flamme and Maiden Heaven pulling the Leeward Jenkins.
Well, if nothing else, while this augury is being cast, if we were just going to sit here and do nothing anyways, then we're already in the right spot for that. He said to start tonight. So it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, leave tonight or you're going to die, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, really start digging into making it happen tonight.
Yep.
In the meantime, we do anything and everything we can to gather information on what he's thinking, what is going on. And if nothing else, and there actually really isn't much time left, we are in the best place we can be, which is in the keep, and activate the statue. Have Viella or Flamme activate the statue. If something happens to us, I guess technically the keep is still the best place to be in the meantime while we decide and gather information. So the question being, who's going to be gathering said information? So I don't know if we have access to anybody who other than going in the city and gathering information that way, or going into the countryside and gathering information that way. We are going to have to be the ones doing that in the end. I don't think we have an extended network of anything else. So
Not really, no.
Okay. So, a few minutes pass as you go round and collect the things he asked for, and once again he makes a small mess of the castle courtyard as he draws some odd symbols that you do not recognize. And he then sits, speaks in a language that you don't understand except for Florentina, in which he poses the question. And his eyes roll back into his skull. And then he turns to you. Whoa. Bad things would happen with your absence. I do not know to what extent that might be, but were you not here for the immediate future, then this castle and the lives within it would be in jeopardy, or in danger.
So we won't be leaving tonight. We will be staying for now, but we're not just going to sit here idly. We need to figure out a plan on gathering information, figuring out, and then the question being, what kind of information are we needing to gather? Ultimately, we need to gather information on the state of the political situation. We're trying to gather information so that we can find a window of time in which we could go out there to try to figure this thing out. Just doesn't seem like that's gonna. It might even just be a pipe dream at this point to think it's gonna happen. It could just be better that we are here, we figure out what the political situation is and what it's going to be. What's going to happen with Korthus tomorrow at the
Council.
At the council meeting, and whether something insane is going to happen, and be ready to deal with that. Because in the end, we are all set on the goal that Elia or one of the Roswalds is on the throne. So, long as that is their wish, and that does seem to be her wish.
Yep.
She wants to be in a position where she can try to, because, think about it like this, we sit here and do nothing, and then they just decide on a different king. Well, assuming Jorn is continued to be allowed to roam the north, sure, I don't have to like or hate anything, but I can definitely hate the death, the extra death. Sure, we're conquering, that's fine, but a warrior conquers, he doesn't murder. He doesn't kill, he doesn't do it for the, it's what I had said to the northern leader guy before, a warrior conquers, but he doesn't just kill for the thrill of it, right? When your enemy is down and wounded, you give him the chance of surrender. That's what a warrior does, not to kill them in cold blood like it sounds like Jorn is doing. So
Would.
Basically, everything we've determined. Fuck you, Wuten. Goddamn.
Think of it this way.
Why would you do this?
Why?
Think of it this way.
He's from Gone to Kill.
It's just.
This is what my character would do.
It's just what my character would do.
Jorn is the example of this is what my character would do.
Yes.
What was his alignment again?
It was, I believe.
I think he was a neutral originally, of some kind.
At this point.
Oh, at this point, for sure.
I need to make an alignment.
Yeah, lawful neutral. Yeah, lawful neutral. Back in the day.
Oh, at this point, I think we need to make an alignment.
It's been like 20 years, man. A lot of things can happen.
War never changes.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
At least
apparently Jorn's alignment does.
Plus,
people change, they grow.
Yeah.
So a TLDR for now. We are going to stay here because obviously within the immediate future something bad will happen. We, in the meantime, need to work on a plan, starting tomorrow, of gathering whatever information we can about what is going... The most immediate pressing threat is to the children. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think the cure is the most important thing right now. The important thing is that we believe Elia, or one of the Roswalds, is best on the throne. They want it, we want it. That's what we're fighting for. The cure comes later.
You know it,
right now,
I know it, everybody knows it.
They have an immediate threat to their lives. We need to gather information on what that threat is. That, I think, should be our first goal. Gathering information on what the threat is to their lives.
And I think I'm going to... part of that, I do want to help the dear boy get his familiar back, because I feel like if we do that, he will be on our side, and that will help with boostering our protection.
A very strong sense of goodwill, and we won't even forcibly hold his hands to be like, you can't cast magic. It's like, in the end, if you just decide you want to leave, and you have the magic to do so, at this point, we can't stop you. We want to show you good faith that we mean what we say. Yes,
and also he can do more divination spells as well to try to see if we could figure out more about other things, because he obviously can commune with the spirits about things.
Exploring things magically, and then exploring things physically. Some of us going out to the city to ask questions. I can talk to Sturvin to ask more questions, and so on, depending on if nothing has happened yet. But it sounds like the immediate future, something is not going to be right for this, and specifically, the people in the castle will be in immediate jeopardy in the near future. So staying here is probably the best bet.
Yep.
Then we start gathering information, assuming nothing has happened by the time tomorrow comes around. We start putting out the feelers and go, what is the threat to the Roswald family's lives?
Right.
That I think that should be our goal.
Sounds good.
Sat there and managed to talk down the Zealot from being like, look, like we see the path, but you have to still think logically. Stop, come on, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you gotta think this logically.
My class name's not just a class name.
Yep.
So.
I will have to be making my leave. I guess it's the time. So
That is fine.
Yeah.
I was pretty much going to wrap it up with that
1
decision.
PM.
Yeah. So, with that, I'll just simply say. Actually, let me quickly wrap it up with the right music. So,
Oh no, music change.
with that decision, you make your decision, and it is if fate was taunting you. You see the clock on the wall of the parlor next to the fireplace gently chimes 12 o'clock. And so, your time has run out for you to change any decisions.
We are set on our
Now?
path.
And now, you must see what the day tomorrow will wrought. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Next time on Maids of Roswald.
Mhm.
I'm so very proud of you guys.
I'm sure we'll be saying that next time too, I'm sure.
Mhm.
I'm always proud of Solar.
Aw,
yeah.
thank you.
I'm sure that
You're-
whatever
Look at
whatever
all
is in
the
store,
Rowan.
I'm sure that
Mhm.
whatever's in store will be satisfying.
My only question then is to all
No,
of you.
you don't level up.
No, you don't level up.
You don't
And
level up either. Right back
Are
in
you
your
guys having fun?
Yes.
I am.
Very.
Except
May I
for the
level up?
except for when you killed Elfrids, I don't know. That was
To be
like
determined.
that was like my dad or something. I'm sure.
Second cousin twice removed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I'm sure like that's my dad or my sister. I don't know.
Whoever it
Oh.
was.
Yeah.
Whoever it was, Florentina had the honor of burying them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later.
All
Later.
right.
Bye.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
And to all of you watching, thank you very much for tuning in.
Bye.
We hope you're enjoying it. It's a lot of intrigue, but hopefully we've made the right decision, and hopefully we get that happy ending. But until then, we'll see all of you until the next stream. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.